welcome back to WGL APAC. I'm still Rogi, he's still Elfish Guy, and we had a great game of Karen Tiger taking out the Coalitions in a very convincing 5-2 fashion. But up now we have B Gaming going to be taking on the DarkWolves, and it's going to be an interesting game here. Both these teams have looked a lot less impactful than we're used to seeing here, especially B Gaming.
Yes.
From champions to...
Well, they weren't champions. They were almost. They were second place.
They champions of the common man.
They were champions of the common man. That's fair. They tussled with the gods. EL Gaming. What was it? The god of the Church of Elong. They tussled with the Church of Elong and they came off second best. But they did place second last season. This season, however, they're placed number 8. And that's last. So they're not doing very well.
Yeah, things in B Gaming camp definitely have looked a lot better. So we've seen these guys kind of just do the wrong thing. Like, it's not like they're just not playing well. They're like, it seems like they're actively making the wrong decisions.
Well, they've had some strange tank picks. Like, they picked a mouse on Cliff, and that didn't work. I think they were the team that tried the E50 twice or the double E50 twice on Cliff, which also didn't work. And then they had that match where it was like 6 versus 3 against Team Efficiency, and they managed to lose it. So
I'm seeing a common factor here. Get rid of Cliff.
Yeah, well, maybe. Luckily, they don't have Cliff on there tonight.
That's good.
Look, overall, things have kind of been... there's been possible wins for B Gaming.
Oh, definitely, but
they haven't been able to pull it off. They haven't been able to convert it.
It's not them playing badly, it's them making the wrong decisions because they've had advantages. They just don't know how to capitalize on them, or they're just doing the wrong thing. Like you said, it's a 6 versus 3 on Cliff, and I don't know how you throw away that type of advantage. It wasn't even like the guys, their 3 tanks that
you just let Party and Granovsky farm your tanks. That's what.
I know, it was a mess. It really was. So I'm hoping that B Gaming can show us some great things tonight. And of course, let's have a look at B Gaming and their lineup. These are the guys that we're stressing we want to do well. They have such great players as well.
Yeah, they don't have the greatest of win rates here.
No, it's a
31%, 19%. It's really not a pretty sight.
Rough, man.
Definitely not anywhere near what they had last season, where they were sitting up towards something like 60 on both sides, and even better on the defense. At the moment, they're not really having great luck on defense. At least last week, they were able to pick up a win on the defensive side, which they didn't manage to do in the first week at all. But yeah, so hopefully this match against the DarkWolves is going to be enough that he's going to be able to kick them into gear. You know, they'll be able to remember how to win.
Yeah. Let's have a look on the other side of the table. We got DarkWolves now. DarkWolves have been showing a lot of questionable strengths and weaknesses as well. These guys sitting at number 7. So 7th versus 8th. Neither of these guys have been able to pick up a win.
Yeah, DarkWolves were able to take Coalition Zoo to a tiebreaker last week, but apart from that, things have not been a pretty great run for them, to be honest. So they also have not been able to pick up a win so far this season. Both of these teams, when we look at their their streak so far, for B Gaming, it's 5 Ls in a row. For DarkWolves, it's 4 Ls in a row because they didn't verse Team Efficiency in week 1 because TE, obviously altered their games or rescheduled their games. But I suspect if they had they'd both be sitting on 5 Ls.
Yeah, it's not very promising for both of these teams coming into it. But I've got great news for at least one of these guys. One team tonight is walking away with that first win of the the APAC.
Finally!
They're going to get it. Someone is eating ribs tonight. And it's up in the air for who it's going to be. We've all gone with B Gaming tonight, but we all have varying scores. Alex on that 4-5, me with the 4-3, and Jordan, you're going for that 5-2. Once again...
You mean 5-3, not 4-3, by the way.
My mistake.
Yeah.
My mistake.
Yes, I think B Gaming, this is the time for them. They're going to be able to come back into this one with a pretty comfortable win. They looked okay last week against Horsemen, where they got 4 rounds. I think that's going to be enough for them this time, just to be able to come away with a win that we're finally expecting them to see. And I guess we'll have a look at the maps there as well for them. Like, really, when I kind of look at the maps here, the only one that has anything good to speak about it is B Gaming with Prokhorovka. They have a reasonable sort of a situation on Prokhorovka. So, luckily, they've been able to pull that one off as their first pick. But aside from that, really, for me, Muravanka, Himmelsdorf, Ruhnberg, they're all toss-ups. Like, they could go either way, given the way that B Gaming have looked at the moment. But I just think B Gaming are going to have enough here. I think it's 5-2. They should be able to continue that momentum coming through here. Start off nicely on Prokhorovka, get the 2 wins there, and then probably close it out on Himmelsdorf.
B Gaming, they're really yet to show the strengths that they showed us in Split Season 1. So coming in to Season 2, they've just been abysmal. I know that they have it in them to be good. We know they have it in them to be up the top of the leaderboards. I don't know why they're playing this poorly.
I don't think anyone knows why.
They didn't make crazy roster changes. They're not pulling weird stuff out here and there. It's essentially the same core line of tankers. They're doing the same strategies. They're playing the same maps, but all of a sudden things just gone topsy-turvy. They're in the upside down. Everything is in the fritz.
Yes, it is.
What's wrong? Why? Come on, boys.
I couldn't tell you. I honestly couldn't tell you. Like, they just don't seem to be working well at the moment as a unit.
Yeah, they're really not.
So, you know, they did start off really poorly last season early on in the piece as well. Like, I mean, when we look at Phase 1 results between these two teams, DarkWolves actually won 5-2 the first time they faced each other, but then in the second half of the season, B Gaming came back and won 5-3.
Yeah,
so, you know, B Gaming, maybe they're just slow starters. I don't know, but they have been very slow starters this season. They need to find something here. This is their best chance to find a win. This and Coalition Zoo, who I think they're facing later this weekend. You know, if they don't come out of this week with at least 2 wins, then I'm sorry, but that's really not good enough.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? And of course, on the other side, DarkWolves, they haven't looked very strong at all. They've been going from loss to loss, like you mentioned. They're only on 4 losses at the moment. That's because Team Efficiency haven't had a chance to play yet. So they're up against B Gaming, who are also looking down in the dumps. This is really going to be like a good old-fashioned slugfest to get out that win. They're both desperate for it. They both want it. And jumping into the tank lineups here, what stands out to you, Jordan?
Well, STR V103 for DarkWolves, M4043 for DarkWolves. So 2 sort of situational picks, I'll say, on the attack as well. Pretty standard for B Gaming, just having the Kranwagen T125, IS-7, all good huddle down tanks, which are excellent on Prokhorovka, as you would expect. So really the important part here for DarkWolves is going to be that M4043. Can they get something done with that one? Like what we saw Karen Tiger being able to do with their artillery last round on Prokhorovka.
Well, hopefully B Gaming don't share a similar fate here, but for DarkWolves, if they can pull off something like that, then it should be a nice, cruisy way to start off the series here. But we're jumping into game number 1, B Gaming taking on the DarkWolves, and both these teams hungry for that win. They spent hungry for that win. They spent too long in the dark.
Hungry. They want some food. I'm going to stop now.
Yeah, quit while you're ahead.
They want some, I was going to say caviar, but caviar's on their team.
Oh, they've got caviar then.
Yeah.
They want some T4.
That doesn't make any sense.
I wasn't trying to.
All right. All right, let's see what these guys are doing.
It's been a wacky night.
B Gaming have a very, very defensive setup over towards that northern part of the map. That's a bit interesting. I mean, they don't have a tank destroyer. They don't have any super excellent long-range tanks. So, I mean, they're just playing quite safely. I mean, maybe expecting some sort of a push down that 1-2 line from the DarkWolves, who instead of actually opted to go up onto the hill here. Backong actually sitting himself over in K0. That's not where we tend to see an artillery here on Prokhorovka, so not sure exactly what angles he's going to have. He should be able to hit most of the map, obviously, it being Prokhorovka, but there might be some difficulties around the tracks if B Gaming is starting to get resets, something like that. But I think, is he even going to go up the hill here? That would be interesting.
I'm not too sure what their plan is right now. B Gaming, they've kind of situated themselves very heavily behind the 1 flag at the moment. They don't want to overextend too much. Both teams really just feeling each other out right now. Neither want to be the ones to make that initial mistake here, because that's kind of what we see out of these teams. They make mistakes. So both of them playing very reserved, very close to the chest.
Well, the trouble for DarkWolves is, given that they've got that M4043, it's a little difficult for them to get information. Like, they don't have a scout, so their heavy tanks are essentially going to have to be the ones spotting, or even the bat chats, and that's obviously not the ideal situation. They will eventually get onto this 2 flag quite safely when they figure out that there's nothing going on this side of the map, but at the moment, that's why they're being so hesitant. They're playing so slowly. They just don't want to get caught off by anything that B Gaming might have set up over on that sort of 8-9-0 line.
Much going on just yet. You can see slowly but surely DarkWolves are moving up further and further. You mentioned it's got to be those heavy tanks are the ones going for the spot. The responsibility lies on them right now. Gomley and Lambert just kind of hanging around that E line, that E7 mark. You can see someone on the right there really moving up far. When he gets back into our mini-map, we'll be able to...
Backcong?
Yeah, it looks like a...
Revolution.
Yeah, Revolution. It looked like a B, but it's an R.
Yes. Bruised. But yeah, like he's kind of just figured out now pretty much exactly what's going on here. There's no one. T4 obviously spotting in the RU251 there for B Gaming, but he's not going to be too much of a threat.
Shout out to the stickers on the tanks there. I'm sure they...
Where's the Elfish guy face?
That's it, right?
Can we get that on someone's...
Elfish Pride?
No, don't shake
Elfish
your head
Pride.
at me!
Elfish Pride's on the tanks, please.
I will pay whichever team does that first $5.
$5? $5 each?
Yeah.
Or just for the
no,
team?
$5 for the team. It's a team effort, mate. It's a team game.
Yep.
Take the prize as a team.
The prize.
Plus, my esports paycheck doesn't stretch that far.
Let's see if Batcon can stretch his artillery range a little bit further here. You mentioned it would be interesting if he moved up onto the hill. He's doing just that.
Yeah. DarkWolves haven't actually spotted anyone from B Gaming out yet, so Batcon has nothing to shoot at, essentially. B Gaming quite content, really, just to sit here and do nothing while DarkWolves run down that timer. I mean, 4 minutes have gone by. DarkWolves have achieved map control, but they haven't achieved any information at all. Lambert finally getting spotted out there. T4 dropping off. And we do see the cap started here. So finally we will start to see something happen between these two teams. And B Gaming are going to be forced to respond.
Slow and steady wins the race seems to be the motto of both of these teams at the moment. Neither team having taken a shot for the first 4.5 minutes of this game. But as we mentioned, DarkWolves, they're the ones who are putting the onus on B Gaming to react. But they still have a minute and a half. Doesn't look like of course, our God Vision, we know that no one is nearby to help Lambert take the hill. So he's going to be channeling the full duration solo. Revolution just slithering up the river.
I mean, in reality, Riku Sam shouldn't have too much difficulty here in the Kranwagen. If he just peeks over that crossing at the 6th line, or the B line rather, he should just be able to get a shot into Lambert. There's not anyone covering it off too well at the moment. Revolution is getting in that position. Obviously, there's a player up on the hill there as well. Don't know who exactly it is. Spitz in the STRV. Okay, so yeah, he might take a shot or two, but he should be able to get the reset relatively easily.
He has been spotted, so they know where he's going to be coming from.
He's going to take a shot.
Cheeky.
Oh, and it hits the ammo rack as well.
Oh, he's not going to find it.
Yeah, so his reload's going to be a little bit longer, but no reset there.
2 shots down the drain. He really needs to go for this one. Not going to find it once again. It's just hitting the train tracks. Really hoping.
There we go.
There we go.
That was not too great, though, in all respects for Riku Sam. You could hear that his gunner was dead there as well, so he's used his med kit. He's used his repair kit as well. And he's sacrificed a fair amount of HP to get that on. So the fact that the STRV was up there on that hill, even though I said it should have been an easy reset, I didn't recognize that it was the STRV that was on the hill. And obviously that's going to put so much pressure on. And he had to turn his turret.
Yeah.
You know, that's the only thing that you can bounce off in a Kranwagen is the front of the turret. And obviously he had to turn the turret to get the reset there. So pretty good stuff there to start things off for DarkWolves. They get the early damage. Use Sham Power here. In potential danger from that M4043, but the IS-7 is not really the target the M4043 wants to hit. He wants to hit the Kranwagen, he wants to hit one of the Batchats, one of the lighter armored targets.
Kind of scanning the map right now, looking for someone. Does he want to go for the old Hail Mary? Not going to happen right now. Power here just kind of hanging around the train tracks. He hasn't done too much yet. You can see the timer has ticked down to 1 minute. In terms of the flag capture, it is 3 minutes in the actual game time here. Lambert going to get reset once again. Still has enough time to capture this one, so they've got one more reset in him.
Good shot from the Artie there as well.
Nice, nice.
A lot of damage over to Shinozaka. So DarkWolves are doing what they need to do here. Every time B Gaming comes in for a reset, they pay with a lot of HP and too much HP. They're not really being able to trade it back, and you know now they're going to have to, I guess, rely probably on the IS-7 for the reset, use the Sham Power. But as soon as he picks up over this little hill, once his tracks start to show, those Batchats from DarkWolves are going to start to shoot in his direction. And well, actually the Batchats from DarkWolves that were on the hill that I thought were covering off this IS-7 have started to move down. It looks like DarkWolves are quite content with the amount of damage that they've been able to do to B Gaming, and they're looking to actually take the fight to B Gaming soon.
Yeah, they really have to go for it. You can see they're going to be moving up at that A line. The fight maybe breaking out there. Yui and Revolution should be the first offenders here. Lambert and Spitz making their move onto Rukasam as well. Gomli going to be going over the tracks. Here comes Caviar though. He's found Shinozaka in his side. He takes him down with a nice well-placed shot, but he is going to take the brunt of the fire from B Gaming. They drop him like a sack of potatoes right now, but DarkWolves still have the health pool advantage. But remember, they do have that Artie, so if they go into a fight right now, it is going to be a 5v5.
That wasn't worth it at all for DarkWolves. They lost a full HP Batchat just to take down a half HP T125.
Oh,
so
back on, he might get taken down here as well.
But that's a good kill. The T4, the RU251 rather of T4 going down is nice.
I'm pretty sure Spitz got the kill all the way because I think T4 was flanking Batkong down at that H0 and Spitz got the kill from the D6 line. So that was a great shot if he was able to hit that.
Yeah, well,
Props
he did get the kill. Yusichan Power here trying to get the reset, but Gomli is just being a real pain in the butt.
Yeah.
He's just putting his turret right in front of the IS-7 of Yusichan Power, and he can't get in a position to reset. It's going to be tacky to push forward here just to try and deal with Gomli. He's got enough shells left in the clip here to clip him out.
Oh, he gets him.
And he does pick him up, so that's a good little trade back for B Gaming. And they've actually got the HP advantage here.
Yeah, look at the time. 15 seconds left on the hill right now. B Gaming, they need to go in. They need to get the resets. Can they find someone? Shot onto Spitz should do it. Down to 40 seconds. They still have enough time to cap this one if they go for it. Tacky's getting low, but no reloads available from Lambert and Spitz. He should get the one off in time. There goes Tacky. He gets exploded, but now Lambert just by the skin of his teeth. Here comes Power and Riku-san. Can they get the kills here? The time is going to be everything. A minute left on the clock, but...
Oh, you can't shoot the front of the STRV like that, and Spitz bounces the shell. A second one bouncing from the Kranwagen. It's just Till Matil here in a 1 versus 5. Not a good start from B Gaming. It looked like for a moment they might be able to pull that one back when that Batchup kind of YOLO'd over, but losing the IE251 of T4 really swung things back in the favor of DarkWolves.
Till going to try and get some shots onto Yui before he gets in. He's able to get the kill here. 25 seconds left on the clock. If he's somehow able to run this one down, that would be an absolute miracle.
That is a good point. No, he's not quite going to be able to do that.
There he goes down. Great shots coming out of Lambert to finish him off. Accuracy on the side of DarkWolves really coming in true.
Hard to say what he should have done there, like whether he should have just stayed in that little bit of a depression. He was obviously not targetable, but they would have been able to get to him within, the 20 seconds that they had left.
That's it,
so he tried to take the gamble. Maybe he could have, I don't know. It's hard to say. Like, he could have maybe waited till he got unspotted, then tried to pick up, would have given him maybe an extra second before they respotted him and figured out what was going on, but...
He didn't have a lot of time to really think about what decision to make and go for. But congratulations, DarkWolves, drawing first blood in this series, taking out the first round of Prokhorovka.
That's really not a good start for B Gaming at all because Prokhorovka was their map.
Yeah,
they needed
really
to 2-0 that one.
Yeah,
DarkWolves haven't actually picked up a win on Prokhorovka until that round, and it didn't, it didn't seem really good at all.
It was a slow round.
Like, B Gaming didn't really do anything. Like, they just slowly lost the game.
Yeah, they just kind of let themselves get strangled out until they had no oxygen left. And every breath they took, the Python's grasp was getting tighter and tighter. And that's really what DarkWolves were doing. They were every time the reset came through, they were getting punished. Yeah, they were DarkWolves, were punishing B Gaming and missing so many shots onto Lambert in that hill really cost them a great lot of HP. But let's have a quick look at the post-game statistics to see where the damage lay.
Well, Spitz in the STRV, no surprises there, up towards the top. He was doing a lot of damage. He got heaps of shots into the Kranwagen, he got heaps of shots into the T175, and then he got the kill onto the IE251 as well. I mean, yeah, just good stuff from the STRV. Seems to really be the pick on Prokhorovka, always seeing it up towards the top of the damage dealt. It's really eclipsed the Grill 15 as well. Like, very rarely are we seeing the Grill 15 anymore when the STRV has been available. So, interesting to see how the meta is starting to shift a little bit there. But, I mean, really across the board here, just not enough really done from the B Gaming guys. T4 in the IE251 only getting a couple of shots across. The Kranwagen, not even a full clip. Shinozaka only 2 shots.
Yeah, just not a lot of great stuff coming out of B Gaming here, and we really thought that if there was any team they could show signs of their former glory against, it would be DarkWolves, but this is kind of painting a grim picture to start things off.
Initially, yes. B Gaming really just looked outplayed by DarkWolves.
They didn't look like they were playing anything.
It looked like DarkWolves had a much superior setup there to defend that flag, and B Gaming just didn't really know how to crack it. Like I said, if T4 had been able to get around behind, get control of that hill from the artillery, then something could have fallen into place for B Gaming there. But it just didn't happen, and B Gaming weren't able to adapt, and obviously they lost.
Well, they have time to kind of rethink their options and come into the next round a little bit stronger here and hopefully adapt to what they saw coming out of the DarkWolves. So, DarkWolves looking strong, utilizing some of those newer strategies we've seen being put into effect on Prokhorovka. So, hopefully they can continue this momentum and really show us why they're a deserving team of this top 8 spot.
Yeah, well, we'll have to see. I think it really comes down to the second half here. I mean, if DarkWolves are able to pull this one off 2-0, then B Gaming are again going to be in all sorts of trouble like they have been throughout this entire season. And for me, like, Prokhorovka never was a terrible map for B Gaming, and it's just really, again, disappointing to see them not being able to pull off matches which they should be able to win.
When the three of us got together to discuss these games, we're kind of looking at B Gaming thinking this is their last chance. They've dug themselves in a very deep hole, and up against DarkWolves, the other team who's not looked so crash hot as of yet, this is their last chance to prove themselves to not just us, but themselves, because they're looking terrible at the moment. So if they go down to DarkWolves here, it's going to be lights out, I feel.
I think so. I think so. That'll be... they've got maybe 1 or 2 more games this weekend. Well, they've got at least another game after this one. I think it's against Coalition Zoo.
Okay.
Which is another one which they could potentially pick up a win against. But if they lose these 2 games, they won't have won a single game in the first round robin. So
that's rough.
It is, exactly. Like, and you can't really expect to come back. You know, you've got still got 2 round robins to come back in. I guess you'd have to win pretty much every single game from here on out. But they've really started to dig themselves into a deep hole, and this sort of skirmish up against DarkWolves hasn't started off too nicely either.
Yeah, I really hope they can pull themselves back up and show us some great tanking, because that's something that they've been lacking through this entire split 1 of the season 2. It's just not working for them. They need to just do some fundamental core changes in the team right now. Just shake things up, try something new, because they're going back to what feels like just strategies of past, where you've got teams like DarkWolves who are embracing new things. It's working out great for them. What are B Gaming doing?
Not enough. That's what they're doing.
Feel like they're doing enough, no.
You know, they've tried changing things up a little bit this season. They have picked the mouse on Cliff.
Yeah.
They've been kind of championing the mouse alongside Karen Tiger, who, you know, both of those teams have been picking the mouse quite a lot. B Gaming did it a lot last season as well, but, you know, just their team play and their mechanics just don't seem to be there. Like, they're all running around doing their own kind of thing, or, you know, when they are working as a team, like on Prokhorovka, it looked like they were working as a team. You know, they had those tanks getting the resets, but the mechanics weren't there. Like, the reset took so long for that Kronwagen.
4 shots and he got
punished so hard for it. And then the T125 tries to get a reset. Yeah, he get the reset pretty easily, but he took a lot of damage as well. Like, there was no one covering off his angle.
Right? There's no one covering for him.
So it's just, you know, the small things here for B Gaming aren't working out at all.
Yeah, I really hope they can come back and show us a really good half of Prokhorovka on attack, because their defense, like you said, they just weren't covering each other's angles. All the resets took just way too long. Things were going from bad to worse. Like, the mistakes were showing, and it was B Gaming, DarkWolves, sorry, capitalizing on it really well. I think I mentioned during the game, Spitz, he does a 180. He's on the hill. He looks back Kong. He calls for help. He's in the arty. He's left alone. Gets a beautiful shot across the map to defend him, and just great stuff.
All right, well, let's have a look and see what's going to go on here for B Gaming on the attack. Maybe they'll have a better time when they can be the ones kind of calling the shots. It's just going to be a couple of 113s, a 140, you know, nothing too crazy across the board here. DarkWolves again have gone for the STRV, so see how B Gaming deals with that, but they didn't seem to have any answers in the first half.
Have to see what they can do here. DarkWolves once again, quite a strong lineup of tanks. It's going to be on B Gaming to really utilize just the strengths that they've had in the past. I keep going back to this because I know what B Gaming are capable, and it just feels like they're sleepwalking right now. They're just playing at such a basic level of tanks when we know that they can excel. And I know I sound like a broken record, I do, but they were one of my favorite teams to watch in Season 1, and seeing them like this, it hurts. It really does. And I want to see them retain some of that former glory. Yeah,
so looking at those tank lineups, I'm liking things for DarkWolves again, to be honest. I think B Gaming here, they've got a good lineup for Prokhorovka, but I just fail to see again how they're going to deal with that STRV. They've only got the RU-251 really for spotting, obviously, because that's the only light tank that they have. But if he goes down early, or if he's not in a position to spot the STRV, if the STRV is really far back in the base for for DarkWolves, like I just don't see what they're going to do here. Like they could push the 1-2 line, they're probably going to get wrecked. Like 1-1-3's going to get taken down before they spot anything. And if they send the RU-251 first, he's probably going to get taken down. He'll maybe spot a couple of tanks, but they're going to need to be very, very on point with their trades. So it's a difficult situation again here for B-Gaming. They need to work something out. Best case scenario for them is if DarkWolves just completely give up one side of the map. They can get into a position on the flag, hull down, get their scout tank somewhere in a sort of position where you can get that camo working. But Kronwagen on the side of DarkWolves going to be easy resets for them.
Yeah, it's going to be really difficult for them to get in there and get those shots. Like you mentioned, if they get the RU-251 in there, if they get the spots, they need everyone to capitalize on it. They need everyone's mechanics to be on point, the accuracy to be there. Otherwise, he's just using his health pool for nothing. So they need to take the information they're given, utilize it correctly, and come up with a solid game plan to help them win this.
Yeah, I think, it's hard to say for B-Gaming here. Like, they've shifted the players around quite a lot this season as well. Like, they've had a fair few players in their roster that have swapped around there through the 7. So maybe there's something to do with that where, they're not gelling properly together. They're not having the time to play together that they need, and something's just not working out for them because of that. But again, I think that is, maybe a little bit of a weak excuse because you're one of the top teams in the region, or you were one of the top teams in the region. You should be able to still be able to, take out, or even at least contest with a lot of these teams. I mean, they were going down 5-1 to the likes of Meltdown, team efficiency, that sort of thing. So, if they go down here to DarkWolves, then it's
really just lights out. Yeah. It really is. And we've like you said, there could be these external issues that we're not seeing in the game. Chemistry is one of those things that, without really knowing what's going on behind closed doors, we can never know for certain. But a lot of it is seeping through into their decision making, because their gameplay, it seems, it's not the best tanking we've ever seen, but it's not abysmal. It's more or less what they're doing with their resources that have been allocated to them.
Like, I can give you a really poor stat here for B-Gaming. It's their average destroyed per round, 3.5 tanks. It's not anywhere near enough. That's half the team. Whereas, our next two worst teams in the region, DarkWolves and Coalition Zoo, are destroying way more tanks. 3.99 for DarkWolves, 3.69 for Coalition Zoo. So overall, that's not a great stat for them. I mean, there's a few more stats in there that don't really look too kind for B-Gaming, but I guess we can talk about them as well a bit later. We're into the game now. Prokhorovka, second round with B-Gaming on the attack. T4 going for an early spot in here towards mid. He's going to spot out Caviar in the Kronwagen, Revolution in the Bad Chat, Lambert in the 113, but not the STRV of Spitz.
Yeah, they're just going to trade information at the moment here. You can see Yui just looking down, trying to get any extra information that he can, maybe a cheeky shot off to any of the spotted targets. Just going to be mounting a solid defense here. DarkWolves want to know where B-Gaming's push is going to come from here. Like you said, one of the ways that B-Gaming win this is if DarkWolves over-rotate to a different side of the map, but not going to happen. DarkWolves, they've hunkered down quite defensively around this E-line.
Yeah.
Where will B-Gaming?
My one concern maybe for DarkWolves is that Spitz in the STRV is probably not going to be that relevant if B-Gaming do decide to push towards that one flag, which at the moment is kind of where they're posturing. But given the fact that DarkWolves have such a presence over towards the one flag, I wonder whether or not B-Gaming are actually going to decide to go there. They are starting to explore the hill here as well with T4 and the Bat Chat. So it feels to me like B-Gaming probably aren't actually going to commit towards the one flag, in which case then Spitz becomes very useful because he's sitting up in the A0 line. He's going to be very difficult to spot. There's easy spots on towards the 2 flag for the DarkWolves. So as soon as they spot him out, once they need a reset, Spitz is going to be able to get it easily. So it feels to me, like, again, almost like B-Gaming are kind of falling into this trap if they do go towards that 2 flag.
Oh, looks like a few shots onto Gomley here. He's going to have to back off. Get back into a nice defensive position. Get unspotted here. You can see Spitz just waiting to see if anyone's going to be coming over the mountain to go for a cheeky push on the 2 flag. It will be Taki and T4 though. He hasn't spotted them out just yet. But if he's able to get that information down, it's going to be a heyday for him.
Yeah, having a look at, Yeah, just having a look quickly at the equipment that he's picked up there. He's got the binocs and the Coronet, so he's really putting a lot of presence into remaining unspotted and spotting his opponents. So he should be able to spot out most of these tanks. Oh, did he get spotted out there by T4? No, I don't think he did.
It should be fine. T4 did get spotted out though, moving his way on up.
Yeah, T4's probably going to have a bit of trouble from Caviar momentarily, who's probably being the backup here for Spitz.
Oh, he knows it's
this is
coming.
crucial. If T4 goes down here, it's pretty much game over for me.
Oh, they spotted each other.
Yeah,
Spitz
there's nothing the
act.
RU251 cannot do anything against an STRV
No.
that's looking at him. Like, if he gets side shots, then sure.
Might be able to if Taki is putting on the pressure. No. He's going to bounce
Taki
that one.
shouldn't get too many through here. Like, it's really difficult to pen through the front of an STRV for exactly that reason. The front face is just so angled that all of the shots are going to bounce. And, well, T4 is hightailing it out of there, as he should be. But now they know that the STRV is in that position, so you know that's very important information for B Gaming actually.
Yeah. I don't know where they'll go for the play now. They know that Spitz is up there and he's not missing, so they need to make a play maybe onto that one flag, but the defense is still strong from DarkWolves. They haven't overextended their forces anywhere else. You can see Caviar, he's in the perfect position to answer either Spitz or the remaining members of DarkWolves' call should it happen.
I just don't see where the entry here for B Gaming is.
Yeah.
Like what they can do to get in. DarkWolves are actually deciding to push this one, which that's an interesting decision. If they get punished for this, if Batcon gets punished for this by those bat chats, then potentially there's an opening here for B Gaming. But Happerness should get spotted out here, and he should be taken down by the bat chats of DarkWolves.
Bakong does go down. First member for DarkWolves to fall. This could be good for B Gaming, but they lose their own scout in T4. He just gets obliterated by Revolution. It's B Gaming. They just make silly decisions.
Did he just jump over the tracks, or was he already sitting in that bush?
I'm not too sure.
I think he jumped over the road, and I don't know what he was doing.
Oh, man, but off the reload here. Can he get a shot over onto Til?
Nope, no under pressure in the 113. It doesn't have a whole lot. I think it's like -5, which is -5 or -6, which is not great.
Up against Power, does he want to try and nick one there? Not going to find it. He really needs to move back right now because B Gaming, they're coming in quite hot and fast, and he's going to be in a little bit of trouble if he can't find his mug. Sees Til on the right, gets a good shot. Gomley, he goes quite low. Happiness does take him out. Now DarkWolves, they're on the retreat here. Lambert, he's very, very low, but he still has a shot in the chamber. If he can get one down, not going to happen. Power takes him out, makes him pay. And B Gaming finally showing up here against the DarkWolves.
Yeah, they chose the right time to push in there. They knew that they had those bat chats all loaded. They had the Object 140, so they could just take down those two heavy tanks hanging around in the middle. And the DarkWolves bat chats, for me, haven't done enough. They needed to get a lot of damage down. They were sitting so far back. They were almost redline sniping. Well, redline sniping, you basically have to do damage.
Yeah.
And they didn't. And that's why B Gaming have come through here with what looks to be a win on Prokhorovka. I mean, they've got the health advantage, they've got the tank advantage, they're in really good position here now. Should be much that DarkWolves can do to hold them off.
Trying to go for a few shots here for some damage to pad his stats. Not going to be able to do too much. Gets one on to Happiness. Might be able to get another one. He gets taken quite low, but I don't think it's going to matter. Got their sights set now. Happiness does go down to Caviar, but it is a 5 versus 2. We have seen DarkWolves, B Gaming, sorry, in a position like this before and choke it, but I don't think that's going to happen at this time around. Spitz gets taken down to below 1k. Caviar still just narrowly avoiding that, but he's on a massive 22-second reload at the moment. So
yeah, he's got nothing here. He's going to go down probably before that reload comes across. Oh, yeah. Spitz can back him up a little bit, but there's only so much that he can do in the STRV. It's all said and done really here for DarkWolves.
Yep, Spitz quite low. A few more shots should do it. B Gaming just got to decide when they want to go for the kill shot here. Caviar getting lower and lower. Is he off the respawn just yet? Finally is, but he goes down. Rikasam finishes him off. Now Spitz, the last player left alive. But looks like B Gaming will be tying up Prokhorovka in 1-1 fashion. So,
yeah. As far as I'm concerned, that's not enough though from B Gaming. Like I said, I think this should have been a 2-0 for B Gaming. It's been sort of their only good map this season so far, and it's just been a poor map really across the board for DarkWolves. So they should have been able to 2-0 that one. It was a little bit shaky. Again, even on the win there, like it didn't look perfect.
Okay.
So we'll have to see how things go on Muravanka there. But, you know, I'm still not 100% sold on B Gaming.
Yeah, they just that looked all right. They looked like they showed some good stuff here. They identified what the strategy coming out of DarkWolves was. They saw Spitz, they backed off, and they made the correct play. So they took in the information they gathered, and they used it correctly. They made the correct decision-making.
Exactly.
So that's a great step up from what we've been seeing them do in the past few weeks. So
that was good scouting
really
from B Gaming.
was.
If they had have walked in towards that 2 flag without having scouted out that STRV, they would have been done. It would have been game over. So good stuff from them at least to be able to figure out what that, or figure out that, one, that the threat of the STRV was so high, and 2, to figure out where it actually was.
Well, let's jump into the post-game here and really see what, who are the main damage dealers on the side of each team. Spitz, even with scouting him out early, he still was able to rain down the Hellfire, but unfortunately for the side of DarkWolves, it just wasn't enough.
Yeah, he used the Champ Power with a pretty good job of doing the damage there in the Object 140. I think overall he's the top average damage dealer for B Gaming, if I'm not mistaken, but not making it into the top 10 so far. Oh no, he is. He's number 4. So yeah, he's number 4 overall in the league, which is quite respectable given the fact that his team is actually the bottom team in the league. But you know what? On the other side of the scoreboard, both RU251s having a hard day at the office there on Proc.
Yeah, they really just traded at the start. We saw Backcon go down, then T4 was like, hey boy, I'm coming.
Yeah. I mean, well, usually the RU251 would have
Ride
a pretty,
together, die together,
pretty
man.
good time on
That's the
Proc
motto for all you RU251 players out there.
Okay, if you say so. You who have never played an RU251 before.
You don't know that.
Oh, well, I don't actually know. But I'm assuming.
No, I can't say I have.
I play the RU251 a lot, and I don't ride together, die together.
Oh, well, you're playing the wrong mates there.
I've been playing the wrong RU251.
You're outside of the cool kids club, man.
All right, fair
Me and Alex will tell you.
Oh, yeah?
Just ask Alex.
You know, if you and Alex are the cool kid club, I'm not sure I want to be involved in the cool kid club, to be honest.
You're missing out on some great bands there.
Yeah. All right, well, Muravanka here. DarkWolves pick. DarkWolves haven't got the greatest of runs on it so far.
Sure.
33% win rate overall. They did go down to Coalition Zoo on it in the tiebreaker as well last week. It's a map that hasn't been kind to Karen Tiger either, though. They actually don't like playing... Oh, it's a B Gaming, sorry. They don't like playing it at all.
Wasn't kind to Karen Tiger either.
Well, that's true.
It's a strange map. It really is. We've seen a myriad of different things come out for us onto Muravanka. So, coming into this one, I don't know what to expect. Like, my gut's telling me it's probably going to be another 1-1.
Yeah, I think so. Like, it's hard to really separate these teams at the moment. Like, there
really
wasn't
is.
anything too impressive there on Prokhorovka that makes me think, okay, wow, you know, B Gaming is really good tonight, or DarkWolves is really good tonight. So Muravanka maybe is going to give us a bit of insight into that one, but I think the only logical prediction is a 1-1.
Yeah, it really is. And like you said, nothing shining out from that first map. We can't really take too much away and say, okay, if they keep up this level of play, they should be able to just keep the momentum rolling, keep the ball rolling. Both teams coming out of it from 1-1. It was quite a good round for DarkWolves in that second B Gaming, sorry, in the second half, was it?
Yeah.
I'm like they played so similar. Yeah. I'm really losing track of what's going on.
B Gaming picked up the second half.
Yeah. If B Gaming can keep that momentum rolling, then they may be able to take the first round. But it is such a polarizing map where it can go one way or the other at the drop of the hat.
Yeah, it felt to me like the DarkWolves were really relying on the STRV a lot on Prokhorovka there, which they can't necessarily do so much here on Muravanka. So they are going to have to change things up a little bit. I wonder if that's going to mean B Gaming is going to be a little bit favored here. I think a more standard game does favor B Gaming, but I think, you know, like a few random curveballs is definitely going to favor the DarkWolves. So I wonder what we're going to see come out from DarkWolves. But for me, B Gaming may be a slight advantage. Like, if we're going to see a 2-0 from anyone here on Muravanka, I feel it'll be B Gaming.
Yeah, that's a great point.
But overall, my prediction would be still a 1-1.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting game to see how it stacks up. Like we said, Muravanka, it's a bit of a crazy map. Things can go one way or the other. You can see people come in for a massive push on the three on the flag, go for a quick win, then just disperse into an array of fighting left, right, and center. Or you can see cheeky little weasels on the one cap going for a quick flag take and sneaking it out from under the feet of a few enemies there. But not too sure what to expect. Like you mentioned, DarkWolves, they really relied heavily last game on the S-Tank.
Yeah, look, yeah, it's not something that I think we're going to see here on Muravanka. So, we kind of broke it down at Muravenka already between that last between Karen Tiger and Coalition Zoo, where a lot of those teams just rush in straight in towards the cap, get the early flag points, and try and force a fight. And I think again that's probably what we're going to see. Maybe we'll see B Gaming start to try to explore things, because they feel to me like a team that likes to, you know, scout things out a little bit more, play around a little bit more, rather than just rush in and be decisive and aggressive. But DarkWolves certainly, I think, I think they're going to go in for that quick cap. We've already seen the DarkWolves play Muravenka, and that was against Coalition Zoo. They did that exact strategy. Yeah. I think they put 2 Kranvagens actually on the flag. They had the Batchat sitting back, you know, waiting for... it's kind of like a little bit of a trap. Didn't work out for them, obviously, because the Batchats got spotted out early on in the piece, and, well, you know, then it was all in the bin, basically. But, yeah, I think that's going to be the strategy, really, again, for DarkWolves.
These games can be so close, because in my opinion, these are the 2 teams that ranks the closest together in terms of skill gap.
All right. Well, there is actually an STRV for DarkWolves.
Oh, well.
And it's on the attack.
Okay.
So...
They really like this tank.
Yeah, there's... yeah, yeah, it can work. It can work. I think those Batchats, the Kranvagens, are going to get themselves in towards that flag. The Batchat's probably going to be sitting around the corner, being the trap, I said, in a sense. And I'd say the STRV will be sort of sitting in the... you know, in the typical tank destroyer position on the attacking side, up towards the northern part of the map, in like the 1-2 line, sitting in one of those bushes. B Gaming, on the other hand, nothing too surprising there. Although a 1390 on the defense is not something we see every day, but it can definitely work out. Let's see how things are going to go here for B Gaming on the defense, and where DarkWolves are going to be putting that S-Tank, because that's really the big question for me at the moment.
Yeah, jumping into map number 2 here. B Gaming, DarkWolves, they split the difference in Prokhorovka, but jumping into Muravenka. We're not too sure which way this is going to go. We're predicting the 1-1 here. Still a lot of question marks surrounding these 2 teams. As like I was saying, it's they feel like the most evenly matched teams in the top 8 at the moment. So I'm expecting both these guys to really show some strengths, show some weaknesses, and give us some very close games.
Oh, Gomli and the Kranvagen has just been absolutely wrecked. Did he just
jumped.
drive around the front of the... Yeah, that wasn't a great idea, mate. That was
very
not a great idea at all. Riku Sam's actually going to get really keen for this kill here. That might be a little bit of a mistake.
Deja vu already. Both the Kranvagens getting super low. Backong, he might be in trouble though. Here comes Otori. Oh, what's going to happen? They're so low, and Tori gets him. A Backong retreats 1-on-1. Riku-Sam is very low. Happiness is going to have to block him off. Luckily, that Nudge didn't do too much damage. Happiness is able to take out Backong with us 2 tanks down for DarkWolves straight off the bat.
That was so messy.
That really was.
So messy. B Gaming didn't need to do that. They had the advantage already, and they almost threw it away.
Voila.
And, well, we're all kind of back to square one now with both teams losing 2 tanks. B Gaming actually at a disadvantage in terms of HP, because Riku-Sam, he just got baited so hard by that low HP Kranvagen. And then Otori now, got baited so hard by that as well. Like, he came in to help his teammate and just died. Like, I don't even know what to say. I don't know what to say. That was not good at all from either team.
Yeah, both Gomli and Riku-Sam... It was like deja vu. Gomli peeks and gets chunked. Then Riku-Sam's like, ooh, my turn to peek and get chunked.
Yeah, good idea.
It's like, that is some terrible Kranvagen player. I'm gonna one-up you on that one.
Yeah,
but
well.
Riku-Sam's still alive. He's still got 181 health left and a full clip. So if he's able to dish out some damage before he goes down, that's still another tank on the field for B. I don't know, they're both on 5-5 at the moment. My mistake. Forgot that Muller went down, because he went down really quickly.
Yeah, not great here for DarkWolves now. They're going to have to rotate their way across the map and try and figure something out. Caviar's not in a bad spot, but in reality, like, I don't know. What is DarkWolves going to be able to do here? Like, they do have the S-Tank, which can obviously pump out quite a lot of damage, but B Gaming are in superior positions at the moment, to be honest.
Yeah, they're just going to be mounting their defense here, making sure that they can't let DarkWolves in through any of the avenues of play. And we can see DarkWolves, they've been forced back into the Magic Forest here. Spitz Revolution making the rotation over. Caviar going to be the one whose job it now is to get the spots.
Oh, Spitz is actually going to get on the cap. I don't mind that.
Cheeky.
The S-Tank has excellent...
Yeah, if he angles himself correctly, he could be fine as well.
Potentially.
If a few stray shots come through.
Yeah, maybe. I'm not sure how much module damage the S-Tank generally tanks. or generally takes when it's taking shots from the front like that. Maybe like the observation device or something can take damage, but I don't know. We'll have to find out, I guess, here for this one. First, someone from B Gaming is going to have to spot out Spitz, and I think DarkWolves have actually played this one pretty well, getting that S-Tank on the flag. This has put a lot of pressure on B Gaming. You can see immediately the rotations starting to come out here, but there's not too much time to work with for B Gaming, and they have to kind of assault the Magic Forest, which is not a happy task.
As fun as it sounds, it really isn't. With minute 10 left on the clock for B Gaming to go for a break here, they need to do something, and they need to do it quickly. DarkWolves, they've thrown their gloves down. They've said, this is where we want to fight you. Come out and fight us. Minute ticking down. B Gaming, what is their answer going to be? Looks like they may have found Yui, but Lambert and Caviar are going to be rotating over. They might be able to catch out the B Gaming squad before they get into there in time.
50 seconds left on that cap timer. Super Hiroshi is going to be pushing forward for that scouting run. He will have to essentially sacrifice himself. He is going to take damage for these spots and still yet to actually spot that S-Tank. It is so stealthy. I think he might have a camo net as well, which is going to make life even more difficult here. Yes, he does have a camo net, so good luck spotting that S-Tank unless you get very close.
Yeah, right
okay,
up in his grill.
There you go. The camo net is...
He's been unveiled.
He's been unveiled, yeah, essentially, because he moved there. The camo net doesn't apply anymore. He does get spotted out there. The reset comes across from B Gaming, but they lose a fair bit of HP, and they do have a HP disadvantage here. Yui is going to go in on Happiness. He misses a crucial shot, and now he's being punished for it. He takes a couple from Yusachan Power. Actually does get one back into Happiness, who has taken another one from a couple of other directions.
Yui's dropped the I from his name. He's just Yu now.
No, I think it just doesn't display.
He's got
just
too
too
many
long.
U's. That's hilarious. But look, B Gaming, they are able to get the resets. DarkWolves, sorry, they are able to get the No, B Gaming. That always tilts me when that thing's red.
Revolution goes down, so that might be an opening here for B Gaming. They still have a HP disadvantage, but now they have a tank advantage. So an extra gun in the game could prove crucial here.
Yeah, they really need to make their minds up on how they're going to play this one. B Gaming, they need to go for that defense. They need to find an avenue to get in there. Once again, Spitz, he's got that super high camo rating, like we've mentioned. Minute left on the clock, so he's able to get it back to where we left it before. 4 minutes left on the game time, so B Gaming, they've got to go for at least 2 more breaks here if they want a chance to stop DarkWolves in their tracks.
53 seconds on the cap timer. Spitz still hanging around there. Has the backup. Caviar actually gets spotted out here now. Yusachan Power taking a shot for his trouble. That's, again, crucial HP that B Gaming can't really be letting go by without trading it out. They do get one shot probably from the TVP. It was only 340 into Caviar, so not so sure that's great. Oh, that's a crucial miss there from Spitz as well. He gets absolutely punished for it and does get taken down. Oh, that's so much pressure relief for B Gaming.
Yeah, B Gaming should be able to nip this one in the bud here, coming through. Caviar, Yui, and Lambert still left alive. They have quite a hefty HP pool between the 3 of them, but B Gaming with 5 guns on the field should be able to dish out the damage. Let's just hope their focus fire is what it should be and what it can be.
Yeah.
They should be able to take this one away. Looks like they will just be pulling off here. They know that they're on defense, so they're going to win the round regardless of what happens.
Yep. The ball is in the DarkWolves' court. They need to be the ones to make the move, and really it's going to come down to Caviar and Yui here. Lambert in the email too. He's just going to be a little bit too slow to really make any sort of play. Like, it's a quick heavy tank, but he's going to have to really catch someone off guard if he's going to be able to do anything here. Yui and Caviar, like they're going to get in towards the flag here. I'm not sure that's the correct decision. I think, yeah, actually Caviar's just bypassing it. If they can maybe rush into Super Hiroshi, take him down, they'll probably even take a lot of damage from the hill. So it is a tough situation here for DarkWolves.
Yeah, they really have to pull the trigger soon because it's going to go down to that 2-minute timer mark. See, Caviar hasn't been spotted yet. He's kind of just scouring the earth, looking for Super Hiroshi right now because he knows he's very low. One shot could do it.
Yeah, he has to be so careful. Like, as soon as he gets spotted out, those guys on the hill have shots on him.
Yeah.
And the guys in the forest, which is just Super Hiroshi, he also has a shot.
Like, he hasn't even been damaged yet either.
Yeah.
Still sitting on full HP.
Well, he's the power player really for B Gaming. I mean, if his teammates fall down around him, he needs to be the one to pull this one through for
That's
B
right.
Gaming.
Yeah. Ball's in his court right now, and you heard that 2-minute siren. Gaming, all they have to do is defend DarkWolves. The pressure is on them. Lambert has been spotted out. See, you can hear the shots coming through right now, but none of them connecting. Ushan Power does get taken by one. He's going lower and lower. Rikusam trying to get the shots off onto Caviar. He finds one. Caviar super low. Where can he go? Who's he going to find? Where's he going to shoot? Super Hiroshi still on the reload.
No, Super Hiroshi needs to survive here. Well, he doesn't need to survive, but he at least needs to get traded. It looks like Caviar will be able to take him down. Usashan Power also taking a shot in the back, and he's going to go down too.
It's a 3 versus 2 right now. Lambert and Yui making their way out. Lambert, like you said, the cumbersome nature of the Emil 2 may be his undoing. He's going to start getting some shots. He's going to be reloading Yui. He has to come through. He's got 3 in the chamber. Can he find a shot onto Riku-san?
He needs to take down Riku-san.
He might be able to loop around, get the kill. Oh, where's the shot going to come from? He's taking his sweet-ass time here. Finally gets it. It's a 2 versus 2 right now, but 45 seconds left on the clock. Taki still on full health. Happiness on the other side of the map.
They do have enough damage to clip Taki if Lambert hits all of his shots, and he should be able to do that. Happiness needs to get his damage out before he goes down here. I mean, Yui needs to, rather, but I don't know if he necessarily did. I mean, this is all over, actually. Even if Taki goes down here, Lambert, he's not going to be able to reload in time to kill Happiness, and Happiness is miles away from the battle anyway. So
that's going to be B Gaming taking it out. So, the like you said, the cumbersome nature of that Emil 2 just really biting him in the arse there. So Lambert couldn't find it. Great stuff coming out of B Gaming. They do get themselves a defense win on Muravanka. We're curious to how this one was going to play out. And once again, super close games. Going down to the wire. 1 versus 1. Both tanks sub 1,000 health. This game is an absolute going to be on a knife's edge right now.
Well, I mean, look, Alex predicted at 5-4. You predicted at 5-3, which are both relatively close scorelines.
Yeah.
I thought B Gaming was going to come in here with a bit more confidence, I suppose.
They're lacking a lot of that.
So far, you know, yeah, it hasn't really been there, but they do have the round advantage. You know, they picked up 2 rounds. If they can pull this second one off on Muravanka, then they're going to be feeling pretty okay. But, you know, I've said that a lot, and, you know, it doesn't always happen. So I think there's still a lot of work to be done here for B Gaming. Similar, a lot of work to be done for DarkWolves, obviously.
Yeah. These games are getting so close. You can't find a game much closer than that. Going down to just a long reload time, really being their undoing. They had 20 seconds left on the clock, 30-second reload time at that stage, unless he's a fast tank with a big ram in him. There's not a lot he can do to damage the remaining member of the B Gaming.
Yeah, I mean, even a ram there, I don't think would have been enough to take down that remaining bat chat for B Gaming. But overall, B Gaming picking up the win, which is important for them. You know, getting that round on the board. They do have a little bit of extra breathing room here. Still not so sure about how they're going at the moment. Like, it was still a little bit shaky, to be honest.
Have a look at the replay of that match to kind of see what went so wrong for the DarkWolves, and you can see this fight. Lambert and Yui, they needed to take out Taki quicker. Taki was
Yui didn't even get his final shot off, which I guess doesn't really matter too much in the end, but
in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah, like, yeah. Oh well. I think really what lost the game there for, well, almost both of them was that the initial bit of derp at the start where they just drove in and like all took a bunch of damage. It was like, what are you doing?
Yeah, it's a crazy game tonight. It really is. Both these teams are showcasing some 7th and 8th level play tonight.
Yeah.
So hopefully they can both pull their heads in a little bit and focus on the next half here. You can see Lambert dealing a ton of damage. The bottom half though, yeah, Muller, he just got obliterated. Super Hiroshi couldn't do too much in the bash head either.
Yep, but doesn't matter for B Gaming if they're not doing the damage as long as they win, which they did. Would like to see a little bit more out of Super Hiroshi though. You know, firing 4 shots, only really connecting 1. He did get a kill, which was, I guess, important, but yeah, still need to see a little bit more from him if he's going to be taking away that tier 10 bat chat. And, you know, I guess one of the things for me here is, for B Gaming, that might be a kind of a question mark, is that Utori, or now known as Otori, for B Gaming, is starting to play those tier 10 tanks. And last season we saw him very much in the light tanks, the tier 8s, and he was so good at it. He was one of the best light tankers in the league.
We saw him play it again a week ago or so, didn't we?
Maybe.
He jumped onto. I remember when we were watching B Gaming, they were doing well. We saw Tori back in the light tank. We're thinking, oh, B Gaming kind of going back to their roots here, and that's when they did a good game against Horseman, if my memory serves me correctly. But like you mentioned, they maybe he's taking a little bit of a more impactful role on the game.
Well, it's not. That's the problem. It's not impactful. Like, he's not getting the work done. in the tier 10s, which he was, I felt, getting done in the tier 8s. So, I don't know, maybe, you know, for me, I'd like to see him back in those tier 8 tanks, in the IE251, in the AMX 1390.
Like you said, he's one of the best scouters in the league. So if he can come back to his roots and really, because it all falls down to B Gaming not getting enough information, and then when they have minimal information they work with, it's just not enough to get them over the line. So like you said, if Otori can go back onto those tier 8s, get back onto that scouting mindset that works so well for them in Season 1, then maybe we can see B Gaming just back on top.
Yeah, well, a lot of...
It's going to be a hard-fought battle, though.
Yeah, a lot of questions really to be answered still for B Gaming. Like, that's not the only thing that's obviously going wrong for them at the moment. There's so much across the board which is not working out for them, that's allowing these other teams to take advantage of them and get those easy wins on the board. And, well, this one's maybe not going to be so easy for DarkWolves. It's really probably their best opportunity left in Phase 1. Like, they faced Coalition Zoo last week. They didn't get a win there. They're facing the next worst team in the league, or even technically worse than Coalition Zoo at the moment on the ladder. They need to find the win here, but so does B Gaming. Like, they also need the win so much. So both these teams really scrambling for this win.
Yeah, it's such a close game as well. I think Alex has hit the prediction on the head. I think we're going to go to a 5-4 game here, and I honestly couldn't tell you who's going to win at this stage, because we've seen these games come down to the wire. It's on a knife's edge. It's whatever analogy you want to do for how close these games are right now, and I just don't know about B Gaming. I feel like the wins that they had were just kind of like they stumbled on top of them.
Yeah. Like, yeah, they haven't really been super convincing. I mean, the one on Prokhorovka was a little bit better, but that one there on Muravanko, it almost could have gone either way. Like, there was some real mistakes from B Gaming. Like, I don't know what they were trying to do with that kill on Kranwagen, where they essentially sacrificed 2 tanks within, like, the first minute of the game. It was just awful from B Gaming.
Yeah, it was a head scratcher, that's for sure.
It needs things like that cannot happen. It cannot happen. And if it continues to happen, that's why B Gaming is getting punished by the better teams. Like, EL Gaming would have absolutely destroyed both of those tanks.
Dismantled them.
They would have destroyed them.
So, of course, like DarkWolves, they're making the same mistakes as well, because they did the exact same thing. Both the Kranwagens were taken down to about 80 health in the initials of that game. But jumping into the second half of Muravanka, we'll have to see what these guys will be rolling out with.
Yeah, so a few bat chats on the side of B Gaming and DarkWolves. Double Kranwagen for DarkWolves, though.
Swapping out the
T110E5, so things are a little bit heavier on their lineup than it is for B Gaming. Just decided to go for 2 heavies. But nothing too crazy out there at the moment, really, for either of these teams. It'll be difficult for B Gaming, though, because double Kranwagen and a T110E5 should be pretty easy resets here for DarkWolves, if and when they need them.
Jumping into the second half of Muravanka, B Gaming able to sneak out a win due to the time limit against DarkWolves, but this time they're on attack, so the time is their enemy. Gonna have to play a little bit more fast here. Morley gets spotted out immediately.
Yeah, but he's safely into the valley. And he's actually going to go for a pretty aggressive peek here. He does take a shot for it, but he gets a lot of information. So overall, I'd say that's probably a worthwhile trade there for Muller, to be honest.
You can see Gomli, Caviar, and Lambert both making their way out. They've got the double Kranwagen this time around. Otori is there as well.
This is the danger of those Kranwagens. When they're peeking this ridge like that, it's so difficult to deal with them, and it's so easy for them to get resets as well. Like, they can peek over here. Utori's just going to take shots to the side. There's one already, and it doesn't even get punished at all by B Gaming.
Really in a bad spot right now. If DarkWolves can abuse this angle, then this could go from bad to worse. B Gaming, they're forcing that one flag at the moment, which we've seen teams do time and time again. Muller, he's in a bad spot. One more shot could take him down here. He's down to 324. Not going to happen, though. Yeah. Caviar has 1 shot left in the chamber. Lambert has 3. Gomli trying to peek around as well. 40 seconds left on the hill here, but DarkWolves, they can get the reset anytime they choose.
This is where those guys from B Gaming in the town have to come up pretty big. I think it was Taki and Hapona sitting in the town there. They need to be the ones getting the damage into those Kranwagens every time they try to get the reset. Yusuf Power in the TVP, he might be able to get some shots, but in general, the turret is going to be faced in his direction, so he's going to have a little bit more difficulty. But now, 17 seconds left on that clock. DarkWolves, things are starting to get a little bit dangerous for them now.
Zarkut trading blows here. Oh, there goes Muller. He goes down. Caviar takes out that one now. Otori forced to move on up. Can he go for the kill onto Gomli? Gomli very low. Just needs one more shot. Otori not going to be able to find it. He's turned his sight around. Spitz. He takes out Ruku-san, but Otori goes... Oh no, Otori takes out Spitz. Sorry, there's a trade 1-for-1. Yui finds the kill onto Otori, and it's absolute bloodbath for both teams.
Yeah, I just really have no idea what's going on.
I know, I'm
here.
trying to...
Like, that T110, I don't know why Otori didn't... Like, obviously someone from Gaming must have said, okay, I've got the shot onto that T125, but it took so long for him to go down, and Otori was just sort of turning around and dying in the meanwhile, when he could have been just taking out that T125 and someone else could have been focusing somewhere, you know, on another part of the map. But overall, it's hard to say who's come out of this one ahead. Gaming have got the HP advantage, DarkWolves have the tank advantage, so again, we're going to be seeing a very similar sort of a situation as we did last round, with the attacking team rotating off through the Magic Forest, but this time Batkong in a 1390, he's such a linchpin here for DarkWolves, and this is what Gaming didn't have on the defensive side. They didn't have someone to spot out that 2 flag. This one for DarkWolves, well, obviously they've got someone to spot it out, and I think Gaming are going to have some real troubles here.
Yeah, this is good for DarkWolves here, because look, you can see Revolution and Yui both making the rotation over to make sure that Taki can't get in uncontested there, and he's going to be finding 2 to 3 tanks staring right down at it. The rest of his team for Gaming, they're still just hanging around in the forest, not really making the play anywhere else on the map. And like you said, health pulled down. DarkWolves, they're on the defense, so they have all the time to work with.
You know what I've just noticed?
Yep.
There's a lot of bat chats on this lineup here for Gaming. I wish Alex was here. He would definitely have something to say about these bat chats.
Tell him to get on the mic and whisper in your ear, Jordan.
What is that? Did you know, Max, that the Bat Chat 25T is called that because it weighs 25 tons?
I don't know that.
Can you believe that? I've never heard that before.
Didn't even know this segment existed. What was that picture? What's he doing?
That's Sweaty Blakey.
That's beautiful. That's an actual thing of beauty. I had no idea that even existed. You guys caught me off guard with that one.
That was the intention.
A beautiful Blakey did you know fact. I love it.
Did you know that? I didn't.
No, I had no idea. I was always just...
Not the 10 or 15 times last season, or the 5 times this season that's been brought up. But I just thought in case anyone else missed it, you know.
I hope it's a returning segment.
I think it will be.
I'd love to get that back with some more did you knows from a man, Alex Go-Go Gadgets Blakey.
Yeah. All right, well, focusing back in on the actual game, Shinozaka's having a pretty good time here. Oh, Taki.
Oh, what a great shot out of that 25-ton tank.
That is true. Batkong in his 1390, not the 25-ton tank, going down pretty much straight away. And that's actually a very, very important pick for Gaming. Can't be understated how important that was, because that's the eyes, really, for DarkWolves here.
Yeah.
And that was their advantage. Like, they had the tank advantage, they had the scouting advantage. Now they have nothing. They don't have a health advantage, they don't have a tank advantage. And they're really in a difficult position now, actually.
They've been forced all the way back. This is going to be great for Gaming if they are able to capitalize on this misplay out of DarkWolves and take out Moravenka in a 2-1 fashion. It would be a great boon to them, great confidence boost, great momentum boost as well. They are on the flag right now. So, Yui, where's he going to go? They're going to regroup and maybe go for a 4-man play. They need to stick together, because if they get caught out, they're going to get ripped apart one by one by the Wolves. The Wolfpack, though, splitting up a little bit here, forming teams of 2.
Yeah, DarkWolves just trying to figure out what they want to do here. Like, they can't really go for a head-on fight because they're just going to be spotted earlier by the Gaming guys, because they're sitting there in that forest. They've got the camo, you know, they're sitting still, their camo value is higher. And DarkWolves are just going to take so many free shots as a result of that. So DarkWolves need to play this one really, really perfectly. And, well, we'll see what can go on here. Shinozaka, it looks like he's doing the scouting run along the face of that forest, and he's actually spotted out Revolution, who's not going to be able to get any shots. Shinozaka ducking down behind into the forest.
Yeah, they really have to make a play soon. A minute left on the clock, and DarkWolves, there's no one in position to go for that play here. Lambert does take a shot to his face here. So, DarkWolves, what are they going to do? Revolution, he's been spotted out. They want to go for maybe the kills here before they go for the reset, but Shinozaka and Happiness rotating, going to be doing the old switcheroo here. Revolution has made his way in, but he's unfortunately the Magical Forest. It doesn't take kindly to intruders as Revolution gets taken down.
Yeah, Happiness was, well, in theory, isolated there, but Shinozaka coming across, and Revolution was keen he was keen to eat that bat chat, and well, Shinozaki said no. Yui though, with a nice shot actually onto Habonis there. Taki has been spotted out here, so a reset is definitely a possibility for DarkWolves. But even if they do get it,
so low.
I think it's too little, too late.
Yeah, they're all below 400 HP at the moment. Really going to be looking bad for them here with 7 seconds left on the clock, unless they go for the suicide run to go for the reset. This is going to be around going to B Gaming, taking the series up to 3-2-1. Great stuff coming out of B Gaming, but once again, a super close round going down to the wire.
It was close, and it could have gone either way there, but that last passage of play there from B Gaming looked really smooth. Like, they were able to take down that 1390 the way that they needed to.
Yeah.
They recognized where he was. They figured out how they could get shots onto him. And it was kind of, looking a little bit like the old B Gaming, where they were getting their shots, they were playing together as a team, helping each other out, getting the crossfires going on. So I'm feeling a little bit better now about my prediction of 5-2. It's 3-1. It's not over yet here for DarkWolves, but that 2-0 on Muravanka is definitely going to hurt them.
Yeah, that came out of nowhere. I really wasn't expecting them to be able to take it out 2-0. We mentioned if any map is going to go in 2-0, it could potentially have been Muravanka for B Gaming. So great to see them being able to put some of the games in the past behind them and really focus on what's in front of them, come through, take a nice 2-0 win. It's going to be great confidence boost coming into Himmelsdorf, correct, for the third map. But before we get too far down that rabbit hole, let's take a look at the post-game statistics to see which tanks were really dishing the deeps.
Well, again, it's Yusushan Power up the top there for B Gaming. Overall, the top damage dealer in general in terms of average damage dealt for B Gaming. Shinozaki, it's good to see him up there as well. Like, he was kind of brought into this roster to be a damage dealer. That's what he was on Karen Tiger. And, well, if he's being able to get that damage across for B Gaming, then that's good. I guess he's been a little bit quiet this season, it feels to me. But, who knows? Maybe this is the start of something for them. So, B Gaming, I'm happy to see both of those two players up towards the top.
I nearly thought Happiness and Taki did the exact same damage there.
It looks like it.
I was going to be mind blown, but no. 50 more damage on the side of Happiness, so definitely a better player in that regard.
Yeah. The RNG, therefore, he is the better player.
Yeah. Mullah, once again, just gets taken out immediately. He did get some great information off the initial, but he stayed a little bit too long.
Well, once he was in that position, he couldn't really get out of that
you're
position.
right. And they used the Crown Bargains perfectly to angle themselves over the hill, get the resets off in time. And he won the round, though, so...
Yes, he did.
No tears shed for Mullah tonight.
No. And that's what's important. Like, getting the round win, it doesn't matter how you do it. If your scout gets 0 damage, then
games.
Whatever, who cares?
Just brush it off.
Yeah, exactly. Shake it off.
Super scrappy games tonight, Elfish.
Just like my dance moves.
I'm not even going to go down that one. I've already...
Should see me in the club, Max.
You know what? No.
Why not?
I'll watch your stream. You can dance. I'll donate for dance.
Will you?
Maybe.
I've got... You know what my donation gif is? It's me dancing. Anyway.
Need I say more? I didn't even need to know that now. As subconsciously knew you'd have something along those lines. But super scrappy games. Not too much... just had Alex yelling in my ear. Not too different from John's dance moves. Very scrappy stuff. But regardless... At the end of the day, the win is all that matters. So 3-1 currently for B Gaming. Coming into Himmelsdorf here, I don't think the scrappy tactics are going to favor them as much as they have on Prokhorovka and Muravanka. Definitely a more standard map where line of sights, angling your armor is super important. Watching those corners, it's Himmelsdorf. It's got it all. Yeah,
Himmelsdorf is kind of an interesting beast, really, for B Gaming, or at least it was last season. They were so good on the attack, and they were so awful on the defense. So
they're a very polarizing squad.
At the moment, they're actually just awful on everything. They pretty much have won nothing on Himmelsdorf so far.
Another thing they have in common with their dance moves.
Yeah, well. Similar to DarkWolves, though. DarkWolves haven't actually picked up a win on Himmelsdorf yet either, so this is going to be a first for both of these teams. Well, at least one of them is going to find a win tonight.
It's crazy to think we're this far in and there's still teams that haven't picked up wins. So a lot of these guys, they really need to knuckle down and practice some of these core maps.
Yeah, well, like 4 rounds played from B Gaming, they haven't won one. 5 rounds played from DarkWolves, sorry, and they haven't won one of them either. So, yeah, really hard to call how this one's going to go. Like, pretty much got no data to go off. Aside from what we saw last season, which was B Gaming getting 1 on the attack and then losing on the defense. So I think that's what I'm going to go with. I think it's going to be a 1-1, B Gaming picking up the attacking side, DarkWolves picking up the attacking side.
Yeah, it's another thing that's so hard to call because all we've seen is these guys lose on it. But judging from these past games, I know it's going to be close. I know there's going to be unnecessary trading, maybe a little bit of rash decision making.
Perhaps.
There's going to be a lot of interesting things coming on Himmelsdorf, but it's like you said, it's a totally different beast here. It's a map quite unlike the two we've seen. There's not those wide open fields. You can't just peek over a hill and try to get for these resets. It's all about watching your angles, making sure you're looking down the lines, make sure your bananas are peeled, all that jazz.
That's interesting. Your bananas are peeled. I've never heard that one before.
Another banana.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, that's true. Do you know where the banana is?
Yeah, of
I
course
wish Alex
I do.
was here to tell me where the banana was.
He can come in with a piece of paper and hold it up in front of the camera.
Yeah,
and go,
yeah.
Look, guys, this
is the banana.
This is the banana, and new color every time.
Yeah. Now, I have one concern, though, for B Gaming is that we haven't seen Colin tonight for them, and he's been one of their strong heavy tank players. So here on Himmelsdorf, obviously, you want your heavy tank players to be on the field. If that plays a part for B Gaming, I guess that remains to be seen, but maybe that's something that they need to keep in the back of their mind. Samo as well, I think, hasn't been playing tonight for B Gaming either, and he tends to be their scout on this map. So, there are some key players missing. Maybe they're going to be, sitting in the back and jumping back into Himmelsdorf here. They're going to get swapped out, which is definitely a possibility. Let's have a look at the tank lineups, though, for the first round. E100 for DarkWolves.
Sneaking one in there.
A little uncharacteristic for them, but, nothing too crazy here. Big Gaming with the Grill 15, that'll probably be sitting up on the hill. Use the Champao, I would say, taking that one away. Otherwise, it's, pretty standard.
We'll have to see if B Gaming can utilize that grill to get the damage down, but DarkWolves, if they are able to get the E100 in a crucial position, that's just watching the line, taking the shots, then it's going to be really difficult for B Gaming to find a avenue of attack unless they go for a very long rotate. But rounds are long in the tanks. You're not kind of spearheaded into one strategy. If it doesn't work, you've got time to go back, reevaluate your options, maybe go for a different avenue of play. But jumping into map number 3, it's Himmelsdorf. B Gaming are up 3-1 to DarkWolves. This series still on a knife edge despite the score at the moment. DarkWolves could so easily tie it back up with 2 wins.
Oh, for sure, for sure. I mean, this one could go either way. It's really hard to say. Good spots initially here from both teams, actually. DarkWolves getting some nice spots onto T4 Shinozaki. Tiltamatil also spotted out, but similarly, B Gaming are quite aware of where the DarkWolves have set up here. So, Yui in that RU-251, he needs to be extremely careful here. If Tiltamatil goes in on him, he will be able to clip him. But I think he's just a little bit scared. Oh, Riku Sam is not scared. Riku Sam, he was the one in the Kranwagen that went so ham on Muravanka, and again, he's really keen. This time it's going to work out. Yui will die.
See ya, mate.
And it's an early pick for B Gaming.
Oh, Til. What a little bait. He comes up, he's very tantalizing. He does a little drift, he wiggles what he's got, then he moves on out, and Tilted, he couldn't resist it. But, unfortunately for him, B Gaming, they had the best laid plan.
They did indeed. Alright, so Shinozaki, the only one at the moment spotted out here by B Gaming.
Okay.
So DarkWolves just... they just don't know what's going on at all. Happiness gets a free shot into Lambert.
Yeah, they really have no information at all given to them. All they knew is that 2 members were up at the castle, and other than that, they're really struggling to find a position on this map that they're confident in holding right now. You can see T4 on the banana, Shinozaki moving up around the park, Happiness going for a rotate, Til. And who's that? It's Rikusam on the Kranwagen up at the castle still. So pretty much B Gaming. There's so many different avenues of approach here, and
yeah, like having an extra tank on the field here, even if it is just a 1390, it's so important. Like B Gaming now, as you said, they have so many options. They can go. They've got control of the hill. They've got control of the banana. They've got plenty of avenues which they can opt to go through. I'd hope they go through the hill here because it's just going to be a little bit safer. Gom Lee's really the only one that's going to be able to stop them. If they do opt to go for a banana push, they can get shot by those 50Bs on the cross. Or there's 2 50Bs. So Spitz and Lambert. Lambert the only one in position here to get shots on the cross. But even so, like it would just be safer to go through the hill here really for B Gaming.
Well, it was B Gaming trying their best to find a good place to attack here. DarkWolves Again, they just don't know where the threat is coming from, so they can't adequately set up a defense. You can see Spitz. He's kind of just sitting in that spawn, ready to rotate over to the 1 or 2 flag. Not sure where B Gaming going to come from, and you can see B Gaming. Ooh, are they regrouping up around the banana? Not just yet. Kind of just still as water at the moment.
B Gaming don't want to make any mistakes here. They know that they have the advantage. They know that they should be able to win this one. Like, this one should be in the bag for B Gaming if they don't make any more mistakes. So they need to play this one, they need to execute this one, and they need to convert to this one.
B Gaming gonna do here? Up the banana slowly and surely. They have been spotted out, but they don't know where the remaining players of B Gaming are. They've only seen 3 so far, so DarkWolves, they still have to have their reservations about them.
Shinozakit trading fire with Caviar. T4 as well there to back him up, but not too much, well, not too much fire exchanged, really. No one doing any damage. Caviar bouncing a shell off the very nicely angled armor of Shinozakit, and that's going to be the go signal.
Ooh.
Oh, Revolution, you should not have peeked that. Was not a great idea. Firing a shot into the turret of the 113 is not going to work out, and he's actually tracked as well. He's going to get a second shot from the 113, and he got one from, I think, the grill up on the hill as well. So that's all gone wrong for Revolution.
Yeah, Lambert, he's going to try to go for the flank, but he's been spotted out. They know where he is. They know how much time they have to work with, and poor Revolution, 100 HP left to his name. He's not long for this world. You can see the flag has been started to being captured here by 2 of the DarkWolves B Gaming members. Oh, Revolution, he goes down, falls.
That's essentially 2 free kills for B Gaming. Like,
it really is.
They've lost, I don't know, maybe like 400 HP, 500 HP.
If that. If that.
Yeah, they are in a perfect position to be able to pull this one off.
Caviar, slowly but surely making his way over in the E100, but I think it's too little too late. They're trying their best to rotate over. Batkong just dies. Okay. See you, mate.
That's pretty much how it's gone here for DarkWolves. It's like, okay, Revolution died. Oh, well, first it was Yui. Okay, Yui died. Okay, Revolution died. Okay, Batkong died. Okay, Lambert
didn't get
died.
killed by anyone.
Where's the trades from DarkWolves?
Nowhere. I feel like they've given up.
Yeah.
I feel like they may have, this is as far as they've come in this series. B Gaming really looking strong this map. They got that first initial kill, and that was pretty much the way that this game went. DarkWolves are going to mount a last desperate defense on the 2 flag. Not going to happen though. Shinozaki should be able to get the kill onto Caviar. Gomley is going to block and trade 1 shot there, but there's not too much left that they can really do here.
This has just been...
Happiness takes out Spitz, Rikasam and Usashan Power making their way down.
It's been complete and utter domination.
Travesty.
Domination.
Really is.
DarkWolves have really just fallen apart in this one. Like, they just did nothing. They just went 1 by 1. They dropped. They allowed B Gaming to do it. Like, there was nothing in it for DarkWolves. So, it's 4 on the board for B Gaming.
Great stuff out of B Gaming. They really showcase superior strategy coming into that one. They did a great bait and switch to open up the round. They took out all of DarkWolves information sources, and then they just utilized the lack of vision that DarkWolves had available to them to pretty much go for whatever the hell they damn please. They took out tanks and didn't get anything returned upon them. They had all the correct knowledge on where the DarkWolves tanks were coming from. They knew that Lambert was going for the flank, and he's in quite a heavy tank, so it took him quite a long time to get around there. So they just played with what the information they had. They did it expertly, and they took out a very convincing round on Himmelsdorf.
Yep, it was definitely very convincing there for B Gaming. Like, they used that information very well. They knew initially that the 50Bs were watching the banana cross, therefore they weren't watching in the hill. RU251 dies. Early advantage for B Gaming, and they snowball from there.
Have a look at the damage statistics of this game, and I have a feeling it's going to be very one-sided in favor of B Gaming. Look, Gomley narrowly avoids humiliation by on that 7th spot.
Yeah, that's...
this is one of the most one-sided post-battle stats I've seen.
Like, I don't think I've ever actually seen 7 on one side.
Don't think we have, but in the 7th spot, that's still as close as it gets.
Like, the only one that he's out-damaged is the 1390, which is the tier 8. And, like, I wonder how many of the DarkWolves tanks actually managed to out-damage the 1390, because the 1390 did actually do a bit of damage for B Gaming, because he took some shots into the RU251. So this is going to be an interesting score. Okay, So
Till.
he only got one shot.
A few.
He only got one shot.
But
But the E100 and the IS-4 didn't manage to outdamage a 1390 who did one shot of damage.
Look, I don't know what to say to that one. It's not good. It really isn't. This is DarkWolves. They look like they're done. They're playing like they're done. They're the dark puppies right now because that's how they're playing. They're not bearing any teeth. They're gnawing on one of those little chew toys, just making it nice and damp so their little puppy teeth can get through it.
Yeah, that's exactly what it's like at the moment. B Gaming.
Exactly what it's
exactly. Like, you know, we could just
Thank you.
Let's not watch the next round. Let's just put on a documentary about puppies.
Puppy time.
And that'll be DarkWolves.
Little wolf pups.
Yeah. Yeah, it's yeah. They definitely haven't looked very scary so far tonight. B Gaming have looked pretty good. Not sure if they're necessarily living up to their name of entertainment tankers, though that one on Himmelsdorf was pretty good from them. I got to give them
definitely. That was a great game, and I really hope that they can showcase that on the defense here, because not only do they use some great strategies, I go back to the old bait and switch up on the top that really paved the way for the rest of their victory on Himmelsdorf, but they just showcase appropriate action. Because that's something I've been criticizing them on in the past, is when they get the information, they make the incorrect decisions, but this time that wasn't the case.
Well, it feels to me like B Gaming throughout this series have gone from sort of like really kind of a poor start, and they've actually started to ramp up quite well. Like the first game on Prokhorovka, the first round, it looked really bad. And then, you know, the second one, it was pretty close. First half of Muravanka was pretty close, and then that second half on Muravanka, where they had that sort of clutch situation, they were able to pull things off there. It looked a lot better for them. They were working well as a team, and then we saw just on Himmelsdorf, they absolutely wrecked the DarkWolves. So if they can keep, you know, building upon that, even if they can keep this output that they've got on Himmelsdorf here into the second half, it's going to be all over. It's going to be 5-1. Now, obviously, I predicted 5-2, and I did say I thought Himmelsdorf was going to be a 1-1. It has turned out the way I thought it would so far. B Gaming winning the attacking side, but they're moving over to the defense, which has been their sort of kryptonite on this side, on this map. So they need to be able to pull this one off, and if they don't pull this one off, they need to be able to close it out on the final map of Runeberg.
B Gaming, they have the wind in their sails right now, so they do have the potential to just close it out here and now, get it over and done with. Like you said, it's one of their weaknesses coming into the defense on Himmels, and we'll have to see what tanks they'll be rolling out with so we can make a more accurate decision on what we decide they'll be style they'll be playing.
Okay. A couple of WZ-111s is not something you see every day on Himmelsdorf. Typically, we'll see a T10 instead, but I do like WZ-111s. I think they have a bit of a higher alpha than a T10, but it's much of a muchness, really. They both do the same job, almost. There is a T10 there for DarkWolves, 113s for DarkWolves, AMX-50Bs for DarkWolves, so this is a very sort of heavy firepower-oriented lineup. I mean, they've got a lot of damage on the board there. Hopefully, that's going to be enough to actually pull through or to break through all that HP that B Gaming have got on that IS-4, WZ-111. So we'll see. A
lot of variety on the side of B Gaming. One of each. Variety's the spice of life here tonight.
Apparently.
Let's see if B Gaming can take out this game. Currently up 4-1. We could be going into our last round here. Himmelsdorf defense. B Gaming. They look abysmal, but we say they haven't. It's only been tonight that they won their first attack, so
yeah.
Himmelsdorf, it's an interesting map for both teams here, but DarkWolves, they're still 0-all on terms of Himmelsdorf win ratio here. Yeah,
DarkWolves quite hesitant here to really push up too much. They don't have too many spots. They know where Riku Sam and T4 are, but they don't know anything else. And Caviar here spotted up on the hill as well. He's pretty keen to just, I suppose, preserve his HP.
Well, DarkWolves, this is their last opportunity, their last chance, and they're off to a good start. But let's have a quick listen in with DarkWolves as they maybe capitalize on T4.
나 마지막 한 발인데.
감 떴다고 용국이? 어떻게 떴어 그게?
나도 몰라.
여기 왔다는 거 아니야 AP?
왔을 거야.
빼는 게 걸렸다고? 트럼블 같이 확인 안 되지. 시간 좀 주자 시간 좀. 114 뺐다.
쟤네 통행세 준비를 할 것 같은데. 내가 타이밍을 조금 먼저 앞쪽으로 일로 찔러 넣어서 쟤네 통행세 건너 애들이 좀 움직이게 할 수는 없을까? 안 먹힐려나?
아니 뭐 일단 뭐 여기에 뭐가 있는 게 아니면 너도 여기
그러니까.
있으면 너 스파 안 떴다며.
아직 안 떴거든. 내가 확 들어가서
그럼
1114한테 스팟이
생각해,
뜨면
어.
쟤네가 통행세 건너 애들이 움직일 것 같은데.
그렇게 해봐도 괜찮겠는데.
그럼
나머지
지금 나 바로 들어갈 테니까 내 쪽으로 어그로 좀 끌리면 니네가 들어가 볼래?
AP를 더 가까이 붙여.
AP 저 집기로 와야
야,
돼.
역지밥 준비하자 그냥.
정리하러 가야겠다.
아,
나도 걸로 내려간다.
AP를
아니 113들 이렇게 들어가면
몇 발 맞았어, 금리야.
그러니까.
아래로 우동비를 친 후에 난 여기에서 사선 막을.
아니,
장전 걸고 튀고 있을
아
거야.
잘못 들어왔다.
천천히.
113들 밑으로 들어가지 왜 걸로 갔어?
On DarkWolves, I feel a little bit robbed that they didn't get that kill onto T4 and losing Gomley in the process. Now, you can see DarkWolves, the push is actually being made here.
T4 was so lucky to survive that. He just angled his arm up just enough to not take the penetrations from that bat chat. If he had got tracked or something like that, he was donezo. But in the end, he does survive, and that's a tank advantage as well as a HP advantage. Actually, HP in the favor of DarkWolves at the moment.
Okay.
Tank advantage for B Gaming, but it could be very, very quickly wrested from them if T4 does get picked off here. Taki's lost a bit of HP as well, so this is not the worst of situations for DarkWolves. They did lose one of their tier 9 tanks, which is obviously favorable to losing a tier 10 tank. They are not out of this round just yet.
Zakat and Yui trading blows right now, but I really favor the AMX-50B in this scenario, especially with backup. So Zakat, he's got to be careful.
50B has a little bit more alpha, well, quite a fair bit more alpha than the AP. Takes the AP quite a lot longer to get his clip out as well because he's got a couple of extra shots.
Yeah.
But, you know, in this situation, there's highly unlikely that Shinozaki would actually go down from a fight like that. So it was a little bit silly of him to be trading. If he had have taken a shot or two, it wouldn't have been worth the damage that he would have been able to put out. But in the end, he gets out of there pretty scot-free.
Till takes a shot in the process of that. So both of these teams kind of in a standoff right now. Ooh, T4's got to be careful. He's very, very low. He can't afford to be poking out here without getting the damage in return. Taki takes a shot as well. DarkWolves, they have that HP pool advantage. Where do they want to make the play? Backhong and Tiltil just kind of having a standoff at the banana hill. Tiltil is able to get a very nice shot.
That is an excellent shot. Very hard to pen the turret. He must have just hit the cupola or something like that. But regardless, pen
Hit him right at
goes
the
right.
banana.
He does take a trade though. So overall, still not too bad here for DarkWolves. They've actually, I think, increased their health advantage in the last couple of minutes.
Got a lot of vision on the rest of the DarkWolves members. Only really know where Lambert and Backhong are. So, B Gaming, they're mounting quite a strong defense. Very heavily focused on the one flag. And so they know where the majority of the DarkWolves members are. And I don't think they'd be able to kind of rotate back out of their current position without getting spotted out. So, B Gaming very strong. Shinozaka takes a huge shot. He's got to move back. He's got to be careful. Because DarkWolves, they have those AMX-50Bs if they want to go for a play.
B Gaming, I feel like they've just let a little bit too much HP slip here. Caviar as well has worked his position all the way up through the north part of the map. He is in a great spot here to come around behind.
Oh, wow, yeah.
If a fight does break out, he could become a crucial player here for DarkWolves.
I'd just be going on that 2 flag as well to cause a little bit of chaos, some doubt in the back minds of the DarkWolves. But Lambert, he's been found, he's been chunked, he's getting low, but Happiness takes a shot in the treads as well. He's able to drive himself out to safety. Yui, can he connect with another one? Not going to find it here. Caviar and Backhong maybe going for the 2-1 on Tiltil. T4 is there as well, but with such a low HP pool, he might only be good for 1 shot.
Yeah, I don't know about this one here for B Gaming. I'm not liking the setup. Caviar, just an ever-present threat. If he comes out here and he pulls off at least 4 shots from his clip, he is going to be enough probably to swing this the way of DarkWolves. Backhong avoiding the shell from the IS-4 quite definitely. It's not an easy task to go up against an IS-4 in a hold-down position, but Backhong is actually winning this battle by the looks of things. This might be a good shot for the grill, but not quite.
Want to hit his teammate here,
Yeah.
he's got to be careful.
Exactly, he didn't want to hit Tilton Matil, so playing a little bit safer there. Now he'll have a good shot though, and does connect.
Big shot onto Revolution, who was Backhong's backup. Caviar, he's on the 2 flag at the moment, so T4, he's too low to contest a full HP, full clip Batshot. So
I don't want to see Caviar on the flank. I want to see him getting involved in this fight.
Spitz gets a kill onto Taki. This is good for DarkWolves. B Gaming, they're going down. They're getting lower and lower. Here comes Caviar finally making this move on the match. He's hitting the good shots. He gets the kill onto Tiltil. Now, B Gaming in full retreat. DarkWolves, they have a position they have an advantage. They may have found a window of opportunity.
DarkWolves should be able to win this. T4 could probably take down, Caviar rather can probably take down T4 is what I was trying to say.
Imagine he could.
There. But he's going to play it safe here. He's going to wrap around. There's no way T4 can survive against this Batchat. He will get chased down. He needs backup from his teammates. And, well, his teammates need to be elsewhere. They need to be dealing damage over to these DarkWolves players. And I just don't think that there's a situation here where DarkWolves should lose this one. There's only 2.5 minutes left, yes, but they definitely have the means to end this one right here and right now. Shino Zakat's a one-shot as well for Caviar. This is going to be the perfect dream game for a Batchat on Himmelsdorf. He just needs to make sure he doesn't actually miss that shot.
Easy pickings.
And he gets it.
Should be an easy round for DarkWolves to clean up here. 5 versus 3 at the moment. Oh my god, I always struggle with this name. Yusashan Power. Where's Alex when I need him to get that one for me? But DarkWolves, great stuff out of them. Coming back strong on Himmelsdorf, tying it up 1 for 1.
B Gaming attacking side curse.
They just couldn't muster it up. They couldn't find us a win here. Second win here in Himmelsdorf.
Yeah.
Great stuff by DarkWolves, still showing some confidence. They're not down and out just yet. They have the ability to bring this series a little bit closer.
Good stuff there from DarkWolves. They had better trades.
One step at a time.
Exactly what they needed. Like, B Gaming were just taking some really weird trades, allowing DarkWolves to get the damage across. And even though DarkWolves were kind of a tank down, they'd done so much damage over to the remaining tank. They were able to take advantage of that. They were able to get favorable trades, get the health advantage slowly but surely, and then eventually things just sort of fell out of the grasp of B Gaming, who were able to, who kind of capitulated there, and DarkWolves obviously were able to pick up the win.
Yeah, I feel like they could have got that one a little bit smoother if T4 hadn't got that perfect angle of the armor early on, and that was made it a little bit more difficult. But I'm glad that they didn't get too discouraged by that, and they were able to continue to stick to their plan. B Gaming, not a strong defensive team on that. They really just kind of caught out, got put out to dry on that map, essentially. Great stuff from Caviar. You mentioned he could have done it a little bit sooner, but he did the job in the end, finding 2 kills to help secure his team the victory.
Yeah, look, I mean, he was always going to be kind of the linchpin there for DarkWolves, and he definitely got the damage off that he needed. He got the kill onto the IS-4, he got the kill onto WZ-111, and he got the kill onto the Batchat. So that's 3 kills in 1 clip from a Batchat. Really good stuff from him.
Bits up the top of the table on that one, doing nearly 4k damage in that AMX-50B, so really putting out the DPM at the moment.
Spitz has been probably the top player for DarkWolves so far this season. Like, he's been the top damage dealer for them. He's really been kind of the linchpin for them, and he's just needed a bit of backup from his teammates, which he did get on that round.
Charm, Power, and Happiness doing work for their team respectively. Back home in Caviar as well, putting up the DPM. Great stuff coming out of DarkWolves, really bouncing back after a very abysmal loss. Yeah,
and that's what they need to do. Like, moving on to Runeberg after this one, which is actually B Gaming's pick, it is going to be a little difficult, I think, for DarkWolves to actually pull this one through to, at the very least, a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
I think maybe they can get 1 round at best, which would put them at 5-3, which is obviously not going to be enough. So they do need to really pull all the stops out here if they hope to survive for as long as possible.
Well, they may as well have killed T4 in that one in the initial, because he didn't get a single shot off, or he didn't get a single point of damage off.
Yeah.
So despite not picking him up initially, he wasn't able to do anything with such a low HP pool. So once again, great stuff coming out of Dark. Really biting back, and the Dark Puppies maybe just a joke at this stage.
Dark Puppies becoming the sick puppies.
The sick puppies.
I don't know.
No, neither do I, John.
I don't know just yet if we can really be singing their praises, to be honest. We know B Gaming is really not very good on Himmelsdorf defense. B Gaming, you know, didn't really put up much of a fight there. DarkWolves were able to pick up a pretty easy win. So Runeberg here is where the guys on DarkWolves are going to have to show their salt, and they're going to have to really start off with a good win if they hope to pull off anything here. They definitely can't get 1-1, so it's going to have to be a 2-0 from them. But depending on what side each team starts on here, like if B Gaming is starting on the defense, I think that should be the series wrapped up. It should be 5-2.
Like you said, we're not too sure which sides they'll be picking just yet. So DarkWolves, this is again last shot. Backs up against the wall. They need to go. They need to give us a 2-0, and then we're jumping into mines for the finals. So Runeberg, interesting map. It's got a little bit of everything, kind of
yeah, field city, asymmetrical, long sight lines, short sight lines, stuff for the heavies, stuff for the mediums, stuff for the TDs.
It's
everything.
really a map that definitely showcases a team's ability to adapt and play a variety of different tanks in their rosters, different strategies, a lot of different things here. So,
And it's one of the kind of most rotate-heavy maps as well. Like, we'll see it pushing towards the 2 flag. It won't work out. The guys will rotate back up towards the 1 flag, hit the bat chats in through that little clump of houses that's up towards the northern part of the map. And, you know, it is a difficult map to play, especially on the attack. That's why we do see somewhat of a defensive bias, generally speaking, on this map. So that's why I said I think if B-Gaming gets on the defense here, they should have a pretty good time.
I really hope for their sake they can knock this one out because they're playing quite well. And I really think coming into this, they are the better team. They've shown it in this series. They just need to give us one more round and they can finally take themselves a win. Who knows, that could be one of the building blocks in getting themselves back up to that state of glory we've seen in the past. DarkWolves, unfortunately, they're not looking too crash hot here.
Well, look, I mean, it's fair enough, I think, for DarkWolves to be in this sort of position. You know, that's what we've come to expect from them.
Yep.
They aren't the world beaters that B-Gaming had sort of become, but there is this sort of the saying of the bigger they are, the harder they fall. And B-Gaming, they were pretty big.
They fell hard, man.
And they fell hard.
They fell
all the way down to the bottom of the ladder. So they are going to have a bit of a
rough
Herculean
decline.
effort to pull themselves back up.
Right, everything looks so great when you're on top.
It does.
So
on top but second, lol. Because EL.
Well, look, you can climb to the top of the mountain, but you're not ascending to the heavens just yet.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
you got to reach that level.
They
of
need to
deity.
pray to the Church of Elong a little bit more.
You got to reach the stage of deity before you can tussle with EL.
Yeah, exactly.
Of course, that's in our region. Then they go on, they start the descent.
Yeah, well.
They start off as demigods.
Yeah, I don't even know if they're that, to be
The
honest.
peons. The peons of the church.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Anyway, B-Gaming, nowhere near that at the moment.
No, they've
at
got
all.
a long road ahead of them. Like you
So-
mentioned, there are 3 phases. There's a lot of chances for them to redeem themselves. But we said a shaky start. This is a really shaky start. This is that turbulence that makes you think.
Yeah, exactly.
Makes you think.
I really hope to see B-Gaming get back to their form from Season 1, because then I think we're up in for a really, a very interesting season, because, you know, there's that kind of storyline of, B-Gaming, can they come back? Can they make it to finals, you know, after the poor start? But you know, that's all down to B-Gaming, really. They need to step up. And, yeah, we've seen a little bit of good play coming out here from them against DarkWolves, but on paper, DarkWolves are the worst team in the region.
Yeah. I want to see DarkWolves. I do want to see DarkWolves rise to be more than just a punching bag at the moment, because unfortunately for them, they're really taking the short straws in this APAC region at the moment. They're finding a lot of difficulties just kind of meshing as a unit, utilizing their tank picks well. And we've seen that they're trying to bring in new tanks into their rosters. We saw in Muravanka they're trying to do their STR, and it's just not working. It's just not paying out for them. So maybe go back to basics, refine or your core strategies, and then start playing with things.
Well, what it comes down to, I think, really overall, is just the experience that these other WGL teams, I mean, like Team Efficiency, Karen Tiger, Horseman, EL Gaming, of course, they've all been around for ages.
Yeah,
Meltdown's been around for a fair while. Like, these are not teams that have just been in their first couple of seasons of WGL. So that's why teams like, obviously, Coalition, Zoo, and DarkWolves are struggling. They're not old hands at WGL. They're relatively new, all things considered, even though this is Season 2 and they were in Season 1. So, you know, it's still a bit of work to get done, but I don't think they can necessarily beat up on themselves.
No, I think
they are the new teams, and if they can stick it out for a few more seasons, then who knows where we'll see them.
Well, that's the thing, right? Eventually, veteran status can be applied to anyone. You just got to stick with it for long enough, as we're jumping into potentially the final map of the series, and we see B-Gaming, the triple mouse threat coming out here.
51-20 for DarkWolves, as well as an Emil 2, so a bit of a curveball from them on the defensive side, but this is entirely expected from B-Gaming on the attack. They do love those Mouses.
Oh, yeah.
And the bat chance just to complement them should work out pretty nicely for them. DarkWolves do have a couple of autoloaders there as well. Well, quite a lot of autoloaders, actually, when I start to think about it. Bat chat, Emil 2, 250Bs and a 51-20, so that's a lot of potential burst damage. B-Gaming will need to be careful with their positioning here. If they get caught out the firing lines of those 50Bs, they will be in trouble.
Jumping in now, B-Gaming up 4-2. They couldn't close it off on Himmelsdorf. Here they are on Ruinberg. DarkWolves, they've got their backs up against the wall. They've got their last chance for the next 3 maps they play should they win this one. 3 rounds, sorry. So, no mistakes allowed. B-Gaming, they only need 1 more. We've seen the These guys, what they're capable of in the past, let's hope the pressure. They don't go for that greedy, like, oh, let's just rush it down, get a quick, easy round. Let's hope that they stick to their guns, they stay strong, they do what works for them.
I'm kind of liking what I'm seeing here from B Gaming. If they can draw the focus of those tanks up in the little, or in that middle town, the E4, EF sort of line town that they're sitting in, then these bad chats that B Gaming have got can just swarm in there and overwhelm Lambert. Not sure if that's what B Gaming is going for, but if it does eventuate, it's going to be an excellent situation for them.
A slow and steady crawl for B Gaming, but let's have a quick listen in with the side of B Gaming to see their thoughts of this last round potentially.
OK、分かった。下見られてないときいいんだよね。
いいよ、角度作れると思うし、俺。
板折れてないからなんかメトリいないっぽいんだけど。
バレてない、バレてない、バレてない。
バレてない、こっちバレてない。
バレてない、こっちバレてないよ。
俺もバレてないよ。
バット AP 行くよ。バットも動いて。
はい。じゃあ行くよ、バット。
これどっかでトラップ張ってる
マウス
可能性あるよ。
ちょっと前ね。
いってる。
あ、フォール出るから撃つよ、これ。
あ、初めて思う。
言ってもバレないの、ここ。
フォー打った、フォー打った。
マウスちょっと前。前、
まだフォーから
もっと前、もっと前。そこで。
じゃあ
体傾けてほしい。
俺ここ残っとく
ちょっと
か。
待って、出すね。
あ、
弾かれるな。
入りきれない。
50
そこと
20
傾けていいんじゃないナイス。
もう少し傾けて、リッカさん。
Oh, big brother Otori just protecting little Shinazaka here to maybe cheese out a win. Happiness as well. It's like that picture, don't talk to me or my son ever again. They're not letting anyone into this hill right now with 14 seconds left on the clock. Revolution's going to have to do a big drive-by if he wants to get in.
What are you doing, Revolution?
Shots. Where is he going to find them? He is going to get the reset only onto one of the members. He's got to come around. He's got to get a few shots in here. Not going to find anything just yet. He's still got 2 shots left in the chamber right now. Finds one onto Shinazaka, but he's going to go down for that reset. There's a lot of damage going on to both teams.
Yeah, that was not great from Revolution. He needed to commit to that. First, he fires a shot into this perfectly angled armor of the mouse, which is never going to work. And then he just decides he's going to sit there for a little bit and takes a few shots early on in the piece. He didn't end up really getting a very great reset onto much of that.
10 seconds.
Overall, this is not looking too great for the DarkWolves. I think B Gaming might have pulled this one off. Who can get a reset here? Another reset onto the mouse, but that's not going to matter. It's the guys in the AP that have all that cap timer stacked up in their bank. They need the resets on the AP, and the mouse is just too big of a threat, or too big of a target, that they can't even deal with. And that is going to be that. B Gaming pulling off a very easy win.
That was a very cheeky win. They just all in the heck out of that. Put the mouse up front, double bat shot behind it. Unfortunately, they weren't able to get the resets off in time. The shots just bouncing off the mouse. We've seen that type of strategy happen many times on Ruinberg on that one flag, but there's a very unique spin on it.
If you're Coalition Zoo,
take notes.
That's how you use the shield strategy.
Yeah.
You don't turn the artillery over in like the middle of nowhere and
just drag
him along and die. It just doesn't work like that. Do it like that. B Gaming worked out well for them. 5-2.
And they had a great line down the side as well. They used one of the mouse there. They had the other 2 just watching down. So Spitz, he tried to get in to give Revolution a little bit of backup. He just gets totaled to the side. And the 2 tanks on the right couldn't get in. They could only get shots onto the mouse. Great angling of the armor as well, bouncing a lot of shots there. Really looked strong at a big game.
Yeah, DarkWolves didn't seem to have any idea how they were going to deal with that one. They sent Revolution in to get the resets, and they essentially sacrificed a tier 10 bat chat for resets, which is never what you want to do. And he didn't even really get any meaningful resets.
No,
or anything. He didn't get any meaningful damage across. Like, if he had maybe been able to take one of those bad APs down to really low HP, then who knows what could have happened. But look, overall, it just wasn't enough there for DarkWolves. They didn't have any idea what was going on, and I'm sure the replays will display what was going. That was the case. Like, look at this shot from Revolution. I'm not sure what he's thinking. I think maybe he was trying to get a shot into the turret while it was facing him, but
it feels like he was panicking there. He just knew he had to do something, and
he didn't even get. He didn't get a shot into Happiness. That's what the problem was. He didn't get a proper shot into Happiness, and that's who had all that cap timer. Anyway, looking at the battle stats, the damage is not super relevant here.
Yeah, it's one of those ones where if it's done by a capture point, it's usually the team capturing that's just getting
I wonder how much damage the mouse blocked or took overall, because that could be an interesting stat.
Which mouse player was it? In the because they had 3 of them. I don't remember off the top of my head.
Otori. Pretty sure it was Otori.
Yeah. Big brother Otori looking after the
Yeah.
boys. So it would be interesting to see if we can get a look onto how much damage he absorbed in that fight, because that would have been hype.
He was definitely doing a good job. His armor angled pretty well. Blocked, bounced. He bounced a few shells, obviously, but he blocked a lot of damage in terms of he just soaked it up there. Only managed to do 476 for himself, but not too bad really. The mouse is there to soak up the damage, and soak up the damage it did.
Great stuff coming out of DarkWolves. A very quick win onto Ruinberg. Wasn't expecting that. I knew if they're going to be going for something like that, it may be a little bit of a risk there, but straight off the cuff, they are able to take it away. Unfortunately, DarkWolves once again too slow to react to that. Great showing in their wins, but unfortunately for them, they do go down. B Gaming picking up their first win of the Split 2. Congratulations to them. Hopefully this is paving the way. I don't think they have the opportunity to get themselves back up to that second spot anytime soon. It's going to be a very long and hard-fought battle. But this could be the building block, the foundations, you name it, whatever you want, that B Gaming needed to
come back. Who knows? Yeah, they have a lot of work to do. I mean, when we look at how today went against B Gaming, it wasn't as, I suppose, convincing as the old B Gaming would have been against DarkWolves, I don't think. I think that, they still have a bit of a way to go.
Oh, yeah.
But it did look better than it has in the last couple of weeks. So at least they're able to get a win on the board. They can get back into that winning feeling, figure out what they're doing wrong maybe, and get some points on the board at the very least. So heading into tomorrow and into Sunday, I think they're going up against Coalition Zoo, which should be another easier opponent for them. So this is potentially the week that they need, really, to be able to kick themselves into gear.
There we go. It's interesting when you say a team like B Gaming versus some of the weaker teams. You said it's like a true test for them. Yeah. But it's one of those tests that, like, passing's not that difficult, but failing means everything to these guys. So it really is a true test to see whether or not they can have the potential of once again breaking that top 4, that upper echelon of tankers.
Yeah, and well, the situation doesn't get any better for DarkWolves. That's their 5th loss in a row, and I suspect they're probably going to have some difficulties finding a win at all throughout this season.
I think next time maybe up against Coalition Zoo.
Potentially,
or,
like that was
Gaming.
the close one, but even then, I still feel like Coalition Zoo even are a little bit stronger than DarkWolves now. Even though I did predict DarkWolves last time, since then I'm revising my prediction, and we'll have to see how it sort of matures throughout the rest of this season, that sort of a matchup. But at the moment, I'm edging Coalition Zoo over DarkWolves.
Coalition Zoo have really shown us improvement and growth throughout the phase 1 so far. They've taken, besides from the heavy tanks, they've taken some of the criticisms given and have utilized that well to make themselves into a better squad. But they still do rely a little bit too much on those heavies, I'm sure.
There has been good signs from Coalition Zoo. I mean, getting some rounds of some of those top teams in pretty convincing fashion, really good fashion. But it just seems like they don't have it all quite together at the same time.
Takes time.
So they do, again, exactly, it takes time. So they need to just hang it out or stick it out, and hopefully, one day we'll see them pulling off some pretty good wins. But before we get too far into the whole Coalition Zoo sort of train of thought, let's have a look at the post-battle stats, the post-match stats. Usually Sham Power, I'm not sure anyone is going to be surprised to see him up there. 2.797 done overall tonight in terms of average damage per round. That is a very high number.
Yeah, Spitz, Lambert, and Taki all doing work for the DarkWolves respectively here. We knew Spitz would be up there on the high one. He was pretty much topping the damage dealt chart every time that DarkWolves had a good showing on a map.
Yeah, exactly. And that's really, those top 2 players are exactly what you expect to see from both of these teams. Happiness getting a little bit involved there for B Gaming, but I'm actually surprised to see 3 of the top 4 are DarkWolves players. So I suppose the rest are going to be towards the bottom here. Overall, just by looking at those post-match stats,
had won.
You would think you'd think DarkWolves would have won, but I think B Gaming, they took a lot more of the heavier tanks. They took the Mauses a little bit more.
So remember some of the wins that B Gaming had as well. They had that win on Vanka where they snuck it out due to time. They had that win on Ruinberg where they did a very quick cap. So damage, not as important when you think of 2 rounds going through from timed wins.
Yeah. So anyway, good stuff there from both of those top two
yeah.
players, Yushian Power and Spitz. We always want to be seeing them up towards the top, and they've managed to secure that. So good work from them tonight.
We'll have a look at today's games, and I'll catch you guys back up in case you missed the first game of the series. It was Karen Tiger taking down the Coalition Zoo 5-2. It was an interesting game there. Coalition Zoo, once again, we're seeing signs of improvement, taking 2 rounds off Karen Tiger. No easy feat. Then the game we just displayed, B Gaming taking on DarkWolves. B Gaming. It was very shaky at the start. Both these teams kind of slugging along, trading blow for blow, but it was B Gaming who came out to the lead against the DarkWolves.
Can I just say I got 2 predictions out of 2 today?
You can say that. You've earned it. You really have.
Yeah, I did it.
And these games aren't easy predictions. These series weren't easy predictions.
Easy for Elfish Guy. Everyone should buy an Elfish Guy cap. I hear that was the poll tonight. How many people wanted to buy an Elfish Guy cap? 60%.
60% of the, what, said no?
No, 60% said yes. What are you talking about? I would buy an Elfish Guy cap.
I have no idea what I'm talking about. I don't even know what an Elfish cap is, to be honest.
You'll have to look at Alex's Twitter.
I will. As soon as this broadcast is done, I'll get straight onto that and maybe some more Did You Know facts we can write up for
I'm sure
tomorrow's
there'll be
tonight.
some more.
But look, we're going to have, speaking of Did You Know facts for tomorrow's games, let's have a look at what games are up tomorrow and see if you guys knew that.
Did you know EL Gaming vs Horseman is going to be the first match of tomorrow?
That's going to be a sick game.
I did, because I did the prep for this week.
The Coalition Zoo taking on V Gaming. We've kind of highlighted this game throughout tonight that is going to be a challenge for both teams. As B Gaming, they've shown up a little bit here. Coalition Zoo, they've shown up as well.
And Karen Tiger team efficiency.
Another
That's an
cracker.
important one. That's a really important one for both of those teams. So we won't touch on it too much tonight, but I'd definitely be tuning into that one and EL Gaming versus Horseman tomorrow. DarkWolves versus Meltdown to close the night the night out. I think that's maybe not so important. Meltdown should have a pretty good time in that one.
Yeah, DarkWolves, they're not looking very convincing.
No, certainly not. But definitely some really strong, really important matches coming out here tomorrow night. Sorry. So I would think, if you like your tanks, you should be tuning in tomorrow.
Look, a lot of really great highlight games. That EL vs Horseman that we have out tomorrow is going to be sick. That's at the top of the show.
Yeah, definitely. So I'm really looking forward to it.
But if you get in early tomorrow, you'll catch one of the most hyped games. Of course, that third game as well. But we had a great game of tanking tonight. That's going to be all from us here at the desk. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow. And of course, happy tanking. No, too early.
No, you were way too late.
He takes him down with a nice well-placed shot, but he is going to take the front of the fire from B Gaming. They drop him like a sack on the side of the map.
They do have enough damage to clip Tacky if Lambert hits all of his shots, and he should be able to do that. Happiness needs to get his damage out before he goes down here. I mean, Yui needs to, rather, but I don't know if he necessarily did. I mean, this is all over, actually. Even if Tacky goes down here, Lambert, he's not going to be able to reload in time to kill Happiness. And
Happiness down. Caviar takes out that one now. Otori forced to move on up. Can he go for the kill onto Gonli? Gonli very low, just needs one more shot. Otori not going to be able to find it. He's turned his side around Spitz. He takes out Rukusa, but Otori goes... Oh no, Otori takes out Spitz. Sorry, there's a trade 1-for-1. Yui finds the kill onto Otori, and it's absolute bloodbath for both teams.
Yeah, I just really have no idea what's
I
going
know,
on
I'm trying to...
Like, I wish Alex was here. He would definitely have something to say about these bat chats.
Tell him to get on the mic and whisper
Oh!
in his ear, Jordan.
What is that? Did you know, Max, that the Bat Chat 25T is called that because it weighs 25 tons?
I don't know that.
Can you believe that? I've never heard that before.
Didn't even know this segment existed.